Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Brother, I don't even know what you're gonna do, yeah? See, we got two mega powers coming together. The world might shake, the world might rattle. It's definitely gonna roll. You got the Hollywood Andy, Comic Man Andy, and Pete Rennavision, the dollar digging king. Oh yeah, coming together on one show. Let's go. Put it together, brother. The cream of the crop is rising to the top. Yeah. Oh yeah. Started. I was actually looking for the little creamer thing so I could do the like creamer crop to the top if we're bouncing and falling. The old get. Apparently, I mean, I don't drink coffee. My wife doesn't. She uses like a whole bottle now, and I figured the fucking bottle would work. Oh, just 4. Sorry, my bad.
It's all right. A minute in. Close enough.
All right. Well, hey, the new intro, it kind of almost worked, right? We're almost on our intros.
Almost had it.
I think we're 6 months into the show, and we're starting to get our intros a little bit better. Andy, sorry, I hope we didn't scare you. Yeah. Welcome to the totally coolest, awesome show ever. Totally awesome, coolest show ever, too.
Yeah, we can't get that right either.
No, can't get that right either. What's going on, Andy?
I can only handle so much awesomeness in 1 minute periods. And that just blew my pants right off.
We're something else here. We are definitely something else. For you that don't know, local Channel 4 superstar, the guy who's great on them YouTubes. Comic Man Andy's here. Help us out. I met the guy. Listen, you know me. If you're not legit, I don't care that much, but he was. We got some good stories. We got some good footage. We're going to run down some comic stuff. We met some cool people. The service was terrible there, so it was like if you run to him, we get back and forth to each other. I had a crazy time. It was Looney Tunes. We'll get into it. Also, I went to the LCS today. I'll tell you what they were talking about, too. But, Pete, before we do that, let's do a little bit. Do we need to intro anything else? I think we introed everything.
I don't think
right?
so.
Let's do some news. Let's see what's going on.
You want to do the news already?
Not really, right. But we'll do it.
Local Channel 4, baby.
Local channel.
Keep forgetting to grab the papers. Shuffle.
All right. Okay. What do we got today? We adding videos.
I got a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, I can't stop.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Once I start getting news, I just start grabbing stuff. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. We got some movies. We got some TV. We got some toys, little video games, and even some Christmas ornaments mixed in.
I gotta start adding videos one at a time. Then. No, okay, go ahead. We should have done. I appreciate it. All right.
Good to start off with the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing came out that really to go speaking toward. I mean, we could speak to Halloween Kills, but I just don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. So I'm just going to update you guys on Venom.
Almost there.
Almost 300 worldwide.
Let's get to our 300. Yeah,
it's only been like 2 weeks, you know? So it's doing all right.
Shang-Chi's at 300 in 2 weeks.
Not too bad. And then move on to Shang-Chi, which is slowed down, obviously, you know, as the months have gone on. It's been like 2 months now, so.
Yeah, but there's also like 3 movies now out. I mean, 3.
Yeah, exactly. Had a lot of competition started to come out. So 218 domestic, 414 worldwide. So I think it did all right, considering we're talking pandemic, right? And just to give you some context of where it is in all of the Marvel movies, you can see it found itself all the way up to number 18 right now. I mean, it still might make a few more bucks. Doctor Strange is next up at 232 total domestic. So that's what it'd be.
Wow.
Not too bad, right? For an intro, for a solo movie, for a character that's not had anything else before.
Yeah. Not a lot of people are familiar with out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it did better than a couple of sequels, better than Black Widow, better than Thor, the first movie, better than the first Ant-Man, better than the first Captain America.
I mean, we're talking about like not every theater still was open to this point, right? So
and that
we're doing pretty good. Yeah.
And people not going. A lot of people not going to the theater still because they're just not ready. And I understand it. I'm still a little hesitant, even though I did go for that.
I think I'm going for a daylight thing tomorrow again to see the new one.
And this next up is just everything got pushed. Just so you know, I'm sure you probably read or heard somewhere that all the Marvel movies got bumped.
Indiana Jones came bumped. Well, you know what? I don't think this is such a bad thing because right now we're back to back with cons. I mean, con season's not even going to. Con season usually ends in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. And now con season's going to go, I mean, till February almost, and then everybody's trying to get back on their con schedule. Like MC3 is starting in May, so it's okay, man. Oh, Double J, thank you,
buddy. That
it was a lot more. It was a lot more expensive than $5. I'll talk about that later too. I'm still not happy about that. Every year, yeah. The Wi-Fi, jeez, oh, Pete. Thank you very much, Double J's Comics. $5 super chat, so Marco could pay for the Wi-Fi in next year's Motor City Comic Con. If it was only $5, I would probably do it.
Yeah,
I gotta get something better than a flip phone though too. So
I think it's crazy. You said they put dampeners in.
Well, rumors. Don't get us sued. Yes, rumors is
okay.
Yeah, but yes,
rumors.
Yes, those rumors are true.
But this was supposed to come out in the spring, as you said. That's when cons are supposed to start and get back on the schedule, but now it's getting bumped. It's a couple of months. It's not a ton. It's not a lot. March to May. It's not a huge bump. I could live with it. I mean,
as long as they gap them out, as long as they space them out. This is too much. Like I miss Eternals, and I've been trying to rush to see them every week, and I can't even do it. Like I just can't do it right now.
You didn't miss Eternals yet. It's still got a couple weeks. November for Eternals.
What's up, Eric? All right. Hey, okay, let's get the chat. Let's acknowledge the chat. I haven't said hi to the chat, so we're going to acknowledge the chat. All right. Eric, what's going on? Double J's, thank you for the $5 super chat. Astro, it's great to have you. James, good to see you. I judge movies by how quick they hit the... Is that how you judge them? That's great. T-Bone, good to see you. Get Lost in Comics, great to have you. Darth Lopez, good baseball's over with. Obi.
No, it's not over with. He'll be back. So that's probably all we're getting from Lopez.
Oh, well, either way. Obi, sorry I missed you. We're going to make it up to you. Actually, we got Andy. We got to have you back out. Me, you, and Obi were supposed to go to his LCS Big Ben's, and we did not. So we are going to have to get out there. Sacred Jedi text, always great. Marv, how you doing? What is going on? And that's Comic Man Andy. I know him. He's a YouTuber. Tony, what's going on? Well, and that's it. I think I got everyone. All right, get back to it. What do we got now?
I'm just going to go through real quick the other bumps. So since this bumped, from March to May, that then bumped Thor from May to July.
Okay.
Which, of course, in turn bumps Black Panther 2 from July to November.
Okay.
And it's a trickle-down effect, as you might have noticed here. So the Marvels now will go from November to February of 2023.
Nice.
And then don't forget Ant-Man. We all got Ant-Man got bumped too. This is 2023 to later in 2023.
Right. But this is it. But this is, I think, the finer point. We're going to get DC sprinkled in here, right? And DC looks like they're finally changing the corner after we saw it, and we'll get into some DC fandom. They might actually have some halfway decent-ass movies coming up. So, I kind of don't have a problem with that. Peter Parker pants. Let me explain something about Peter Parker pants. How long have we actually known each other? Because I've been a dealer at cons for a long time, and I've noticed him at the cons that I've been dealing in for a very long time, and didn't actually know who he was till.
But you didn't know who he was. You didn't know he was Peter Parker pants.
Yeah, I didn't know he's Peter Parker pants till recently. Go ahead, Andy. You're exhausted with this. Are you excited about the movie? No, Andy.
I'm definitely exhausted after Motor City. Yeah.
No, I mean, the movie's moving. Is this something that?
Well, yeah, because it's just like I just want to be entertained and I want to get in and see a movie. And the more they delay these movies, what the real feeling is. The longer I have to hold on to 3 or 4 boxes of slabs that I had planned on selling when the movie drops.
Fair enough.
And I'm tired of carrying these extra boxes around.
Okay, I see that. I get that. But would you rather have them? But see, like, this is how I also see it. I'd rather have it keep paying, right? Instead of steep declines, or at least keep some value of it in case in case it missed. And I think that if you get people, did you see all 3 movies so far that just came out in the last 2 months? Did you see Shang-Chi? Did you see Venom? And did you see, was it partly because your schedule was too busy?
Yeah, it was partly schedule, and also we're navigating what it's like to have a mini human that is still not big enough to go see any of these movies, and yet the movies he can go see, I tend to sleep through. So,
what's going on, yeah, no, I would agree with that too. I'll tell you this: sometimes you tell your wife you need to go out and get milk, and then you leave for 2 hours, and then you come back. That's
Freaking great idea.
With orange juice, by the way, too. So then you have to go back out to the comic book shop for an hour, and then you come with the milk back. Okay, just a little trick of the trade right there. So, so that's how that works. Everybody was on orange juice, hon. I had to go to like 3 counties over.
I'm so into this.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You also just make deals. Just be like, look, you get a break, you pick a night. Go ahead, do what you like. I'll cover.
Luckily, Miss Marco always lets me. She'll let me watch it first, and then she'll come back, and we'll make her a later date. And I know I've met Miss Comic Man Andy, and she's a sweetheart too. And happy celebrations the other day. And yes, I think she would do the same thing. So that's all I'm saying. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Joe's Doolin says he can't wait for Indiana Jones 5. You know who else can't wait?
Not me.
Harrison Ford, because is he going to be around if they keep delaying it?
Well, that's why this one I think was delayed because of him. Because he got hurt again.
Oh no, they can't delay it too much longer.
Yeah, he's not going to make it.
They did. Instead of next July,
they're going to write it into his contract
June.
that he can't fly a plane or drive a car or anything. Because yeah.
Are these all in the can already, though? These are all in the can, right?
Indy, I think they were filming, but like I said, he got hurt again. I don't know how he got hurt, but he got hurt. So
I didn't even know they were filming.
Yep. So this one's not till summer of 2023 now. Instead of next summer, a whole extra summer. So, but you don't have any books you got to worry about for this one, right?
A Force Ghost in Indy 5.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Hey, stop knocking my man. Stop knocking my man right now. We're going to put somebody in time.
It's not his fault. I just don't really need this. I don't need
Ghostbusters 8. I don't need this. But it's not for me. I don't know who. I get who Ghostbusters might be for. I got no bleeping clue who Indiana Jones 5 is for. Please, somebody tell me.
I have to see it. I don't want to, but I kind of have to.
Maybe this is how they get Dr. Aphra in.
Wait, what? You're right. It's Indy's kids. Dude, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it'll be Aphra, Mephisto.
All of a sudden, Mephisto's in there. You see a big black Chewbacca walking through the scenes. Yep. Mr. Jones. Oh, no. All right.
We're gonna move on. Some of the DC. I'm only did a tiny bit of the DC.
I thought this was good. Okay, hold on. We talked to my man, and actually we're gonna have him on here, and then maybe we said next week, and then it just didn't work out. But My Bargain Comics, Steve Horn, master of DC. He really is, brilliant man. And I said, "What do you think about this?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." I thought this shit was good. No. Nobody?
It wasn't bad. I just didn't see much. I wanted to see The Rock.
What is this? The Shia LaBeouf thing. You had to see The Rock? Did they show The Rock there? They showed The Rock?
No, I want to see I wanted the hood to come down. Like they didn't really show his face with the outfit. We just got the bit of this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh,
we're still telling Indy 5 jokes. Okay, here we go. I still thought it was good. It looked like it was action-packed. It actually looked better than the average DC movie, so give it a shot. Look, DC needs to start throwing more shit up against the wall for stuff to hit. They not less, because they are so bad at this. They just got to get think about how much shit back in the day, like 30 years ago, Marvel was throwing up against the wall. They're throwing all types of shit. No, let's not act like. I mean, even Iron Man 2 was really straight hot trash. But they eventually started hitting, and they kept hitting. And when they had a miss, they kept hitting again. And then they hit again, and then they have another miss, but they hit again. And that's kind of what DC has to do. The Suicide Squad was okay. It was pretty halfway decent. I know some people didn't like Wonder Woman, but from what was going on at the con, there's a lot of people that like Wonder Woman. It might not have been directed at dudes. You know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't directed at us, but there was a lot of people who liked Wonder Woman. I'll tell you. And see Andy shaking his head because there was a lot of women that were dressed like either of the two. So, there you go. Even though Linda Carter sucks.
Leave Linda Carter alone. Well, yeah, I just picked out this Justice League from New 52 because this is kind of what he looks like in that run. So I was like, oh, it made me think of that. So, because you're not going to find the first Black Adam. You just Golden Age.
Find it. It's expensive.
So that's why I put this in here, in case you're curious. And then there was this Batman.
Emo Batman. And then I asked this. I asked another guy. I asked our friend over at MCM, Kyle, about this. He's like, I'm so excited. Kyle, the guy that's on there talking fart and DIC jokes all the time. I said, you like emo Batman? He's like, yeah, it looks real good. I said, well, at least Keaton's in it. No, it wasn't this in the Flash thing.
This isn't emo Batman. It's farmer Batman. Look, he's wearing shit kickers like he's about to walk out in a horse field.
Yeah, but did you see him when he was talking? He's like, hey, I'm Batman. So we got like over-exaggerated Batman. No, yeah, I'm Batman.
He's going to be a good Batman. Give it a chance, you two.
No shot. $100, no. Nope.
Got to put Twilight out of your mind. Give Cedric.
I've never watched Twilight, so I can't put it out of my mind. This guy he's like, hey.
Watch Good Time.
Criminals. You're a Joker knockoff, huh? Okay.
Watch Good Time. You'll see he's a good actor.
Yeah, I am Vengeance. I can't say Batman because the last guy ruined that.
I'm looking forward to it. I thought the trailer was really good.
Boots, yeah.
I can't wait.
Those are not. That is not a shit kicker. Peter Parker, come on, that is not true.
They look like the boots you wear walking through the horse field when you're doing chores at the farm.
This was early on. He didn't.
Arizona, listen, Arizona loves this and McFarland, so you know how that's going to go. Just say, what's going on, Matt? All right, what's up next?
The next one's the spoiler one. So I don't know if you give fair warning to people, but the next bit's going to be a spoiler. I'm not going to run the spoiler gag thing because
we're not doing the spoiler gag thing. We're just going to because it's out there. It's not even a spoiler.
This is out
there.
They
literally ruined it. They put it.
This has been reported. So
yeah,
you have about 2 minutes. Walk away now. But apparently, they previewed this to for like writers and journalists.
I thought we already knew
let it slip.
I thought we already knew this. Did we not already know this?
Well, this is the post-credit scene. Apparently.
Well, I thought we already knew he was going to show up. Either way.
And it's Harry Styles, which of course we need boy band guys in there.
Was he in sync?
No,
there's an in sync guy at Motor City Comic Con.
The same thing I said. In sync? What? They're all like now.
This dude's in his 20s. You talk about in sync.
Bye.
20 years ago.
Right? Yeah, well, whatever.
What was the one? One Direction? Was that it? I don't know. I don't know much about him either. But he was in 1917. He's done movies, like he's acted at least, but still.
Well, good. I mean, that's when I think about Thanos' brother. This is who I think he's.
This is his first. I mean,
theatrical.
I mean, a lot of people are buying a lot of books out there these days, but this is his first. He's there.
Man, I passed up several copies of this book at Motor City Comic Con this past weekend. I should not have.
I still need one.
No, I went down a little bit in price, which is kind of cool.
It did, which is why I'm kind of waiting.
I story about this book. This is an interesting book. Me and Dio were walking up to. I'm not going to mention the dealer's name because he almost cried. We saw it, and this was in My Light, and it was high grade, like crispy high grade. Probably like 4 years ago, just when Thanos was starting to hit, right before Thanos started to hit, when this book hit. So the first trailer came out, showed Thanos. And he pulls it out, and Dino says, "Hey, you want to look at the book?" I said, "Okay, I'll look at the book." I look at the book. I go, "Ooh," and I call the dealer. I said, "Dealer, come here." I said, "Who touched this book before us?" And he's like, "There's some guy." And then he just stopped. He goes, "Why?" Go, My Light sliced it. The dude My Light sliced like not just the back of the book, like 6 pages into the book, halfway up on the back, and then put it back into the bag and board, and gave it back to him. Yeah. How do you like them apples, bro? No, that was probably one of the biggest horror stories I've ever seen at comic.
And he left as quickly as possible.
And Andy knows because I get calls to go around and look at books all the time, and that was one of the saddest. I almost cry. If I would cry, I would cry during that. Like I literally looked at him, and then he goes. The dealer turns to me and goes, "Marco, how much would you give me for this?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't even think you want to know what the book's worth at this point." I was like, because that's what he's asking, right? And I was like, "I don't think you want to know what the book's worth at this point. I'm out, bro." Like he's like, "No, seriously." I go, "I can't. I just can't. I can't do it to you. I just can't do it to you." I didn't tell him, but I mean, he lost thousands of dollars on that book. So there you go. Don't be that guy. By the way, slice of book.
Yeah.
Work something out, even if you don't have the money. First off, you shouldn't be looking at books you can't afford. Number two, if you do, don't take them out of the My Light. If you do take them out of the My Light,
let the seller take it out for you.
And you happen to slice it. Believe me, these guys are good dudes. They'll make something work for you. You know what I mean? So there you go. Little tip. All right, up next.
Well, everybody seems to be buying this because this is where I think he first goes by Star Fox. But I mean, it's not really his first, so don't buy into the theory that this is his first, because it really isn't.
First cover appearance, isn't it?
I don't even know if it's his first cover, but I think it's just because he changes his name to Star Fox from Heroes.
First name cover appearance of a full first edition.
It doesn't matter. It's because it's affordable. Is why people would buy this one.
Yeah. There we go.
Or the other one.
Yeah. Well, whatever, man. Takes all types.
All right, that's it for movies. We'll move on to TV.
No, bummer. Double J's is just like running around the block at this point because I didn't get my second season.
I'm not shocked, but I am saddened.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wanted the second season of this. That's why I always had my fingers crossed. Just give me 2 seasons so we can get to a certain point in the story, and I'll let it go. But go ahead.
You might.
How do you have a story, Why the Last Man, then put it on TV and say, Why the Last Man, but wait, he's not the last man, technically.
Well, he wasn't the last man in the comics either.
Maybe I just didn't get far enough into that, but maybe this accelerated that much faster on the show. But I was like, I got really confused. I was like, wait a second, this feels like it's detracting from
a tiny bit, but it might not be done. Don't lose heart. They had to do this now. From what I was reading, I read a thing about it. They had to do this now because all the actors' options were coming up, so they either had to do it now or wait. So they decided to just let this go. But it might go to HBO Max. They might still pick it up.
I'll take it on that instead.
Yeah. It makes more sense. It's a DC property. Let it go where it belongs.
Well,
CW.
They really have they really have sped through a lot of the storyline too.
Yeah, they really did. It went way faster. I digress.
No. I think
5.
Yeah, but we got to remember too. I think Vaughn, with what happened where he got hit over the head with the Bubble movie. Remember that one they was doing for Stephen King, the Under the Dome. And then they kept extending. I think he kind of got to a point where he's like, well, let's get this through, and then I can get on to Paper Girls. And I honestly, because they did rewrite a lot of this stuff to speed it up and changed around some stuff. There's a lot more politics in it.
Well, they did change it around, but whoever the current showrunner was, in the thing that I was reading, they had planned for 5. They have it all planned out of what they wanted to do for 5 seasons. So
what the hell? Then they rewrote the whole ending because there's no way to skin through 5.
I'm just telling you what I read.
Well, okay. I'm glad it's not going 5. That's what I'm going to say.
I don't know. I know my favorite part in the first story arc didn't make it onto the show where he gets spoilers, where it's locked in the bomb shelter of the White House. That was one of my favorite parts of the story, is reading into that. And they skirted the idea.
Yeah.
It was still it's a departure from the story that I know enough that I haven't even bothered to watch episode 3 or 4 yet.
There was if you haven't watched 3 or 4, don't worry, it gets worse. Oh, and by the way, that wasn't a boy. That's Pete, what's the proper term of somebody who uses
transgender?
Transgender. Yeah, it's a transgender person that's still alive that you're talking about.
And
in the books, there is
concept that they worked in.
Yeah, in the books, it's both. There's transgender people and there's but there's actually guys. I'm not gonna. Should I ruin the whole series to tell everybody what happened?
That's where it got a little bit hard to follow.
Yeah, it gets hard to follow.
It was a departure from the story.
Because then testosterone becomes a marketable product.
It's like Vicodins in post-apocalyptic zombie stuff. Every meth head needs all the Vicodins they can eat. So, all right.
So sticking with the CW. We get a Killer Croc that basically looks like the Killer Croc coming.
That's what looks like Killer Croc, huh?
Well, the one from the first Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
He's kind of small.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I'm not watching it, so it doesn't matter. But I thought it was interesting to put in here.
I couldn't find a wrestler to put in that. I mean,
yeah, seriously.
If you look close enough, I can see the actor's lips in here and the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the.
There you go, DC. Always swinging for the fences, always missing. There you go.
This one I think looks fun. Though.
Awesome, phenomenal. It looks fucking. They did a killer fucking job on this.
They did. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Isn't that funny? I think for over a couple of years now, I've been screaming about how Marvel not only bought Hulu so that they could get the streaming system down for Disney Plus, but also so they could do blood, gore, and fuck jokes. And they have a comic now that they can do that with. So there you go. Good job.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more talk about Hit Monkey, the books. There's only been a few people floating around that I talk to regularly that have been talking about it, and the book hasn't hit lists. It hasn't hit much of anything. really.
I think it might after. Well, it depends. It's Hulu, so you never know.
Yeah, that's why I think people are nervous. I think they're trying to look towards MODOK to say, well, MODOK moved for a little bit, but
McDonald and Assassin's Mother, which was actually a good book for the fucking show.
I don't know. I think they want to see what happens once the show actually starts. They're probably wary, is all. Because I mean, Invincible moved books, so we can't put it on streaming, not moving. Streaming animated shows.
But you have to be good. It has to be good.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
I get the feeling this is going to be really fucking good.
Yeah, I think this is going to. What I've seen so far, this looks like it's going to hit a wide audience, which is what Invincibles kind of did, which is not what MODOK. MODOK is very nichey. So
yeah, it had a little bit.
Not bad, but like not for everybody.
Yeah, because MODOK has that vibe where it feels like it's an inside joke half the time.
Yeah, which it is an inside joke half the time.
Do I not get it? I don't know if I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Andy loves our show, apparently.
No, I get it. I had the exact same feeling watching MODOK, and I'm like, I'm going to keep going.
Wait, am I laughing because it's funny? Or because I think it should be funny? I don't know.
They probably did bail too soon on this. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right, next up, let's go. We're only at 26 minutes, so we're flying through news today.
Yeah, unrelated to comics. We got another show though coming to Stars.
I thought this dude was dead. He's still alive.
They just don't like him because he's a little racist. But everybody gets a second shot eventually.
A little.
Like the Jesus movie. Did he do the Jesus movie? Even the church was telling me like, don't go watch that movie. I don't know. Yeah, it was. He did some Jesus movie. I don't know.
Yeah, forever ago.
Do we want him? Listen. Do these people not understand what makes John Wick work? There's one thing that makes John Wick work. Keanu Reeves. That's it. Keanu Reeves is what makes John Wick work. If you don't have, no offense. Hey, look, Mad Max is dope. Enter the Thunderdome, awesome, love it. What else was he good in?
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, amazing. Yeah, like it. Okay, cool. But I like the dude that was in Deadwood. I don't know who he is. The guy that was in Deadwood.
What guy in Deadwood?
Was he the guy Deadwood's the guy that played the owner of the Continental? The same guy, right?
Ian McShane.
Yeah. Is that him? Yep. Whatever. Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you have that guy, a younger version of him, we got CG. How the fuck hard is it? It's cheap as fuck. You're using this freaking video game technology. It's easy to roll that back. They did a crappy job with Luke. I mean, they could do something on that. So, you know what I mean? Like, do that real quickly and have him do it through his eyes or something. I don't know.
Ian McShane was in John Wick too.
Who's that?
Also, yeah. He was in the John Wick movie.
Yeah, he's the guy who runs. Well, he owns this hotel.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Continental. Yeah, he runs the Continental. Yeah,
but this story is about who starts the hotel. I think
it should be him because
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same character will start the hotel. Or not.
I hope so.
Because it doesn't look like it.
Why did
you're hiring an old dude to start?
Could you not? Please, next time we use a Mel Gibson picture, could we use something that he was good in, like Lethal Weapon? Not whatever crazy shit this is. He looks lunatic.
I don't think he's like the lead either. Like he's just part of this show.
Where did you get this picture? That doesn't even look like him.
I don't know. I found a picture. I tried to find a picture where he didn't look like Santa Claus because right now he looks a bit like Santa Claus.
This is pretty Santa. This is Psycho Santa Claus level.
Psycho Santa Claus. Unless the Continental is about a psycho Santa Claus that starts a hotel for assassins, which it may be.
You're gonna like it.
I'm telling you, you look at Mel Gibson pictures, you're getting a lot of big beards with the weird dark mustache, like curled up. Like he looks like he was in Deadwood back, in Deadwood. So,
all right. Well, he looks like a dead serial killer here. So, David, what's going on?
List.
Yeah. Okay. Next up.
All right, we're gonna move off of this. We're moving off of this. We're gonna hit up toys.
Watch movies.
Ooh, McFarlane toys. Go. Some Spawn toys. We're getting the Spawn toys again. I don't know.
We always get. Oh.
Did you guys buy any of these? The last wave? This is wave 2, apparently.
Solo Wookiee does. Apparently, it takes him 8 hours to open a box. I mean, who wastes money on this? People that keep.
I almost bought the first round of Gunslinger at the Target because I think it's a Target exclusive. It's this one. I saw it and I was like, it's kind of cool. But I'm like, I don't want to spend $25 or 30, whatever it was. I'm like,
I used to buy Spawn toys when I was in high school because I had a really big love for them. I still love looking at them, but now space is at a premium. When I was in high school, I had my room, and I don't care how much I filled it up. And now I know what it's like to be a parent, and space is at a premium. So
yeah, exactly. Don't got room for all this stuff.
These the ones that are going to Target?
No. The first Gunslinger was a Target, I think, exclusive. Mm-hmm. So now in the wave 2, you're getting another Gunslinger Spawn with a Gatling gun. that's not an exclusive. I think.
But it's going to be at Target.
I think this will be everywhere.
Okay, then it's going to be on clearance, just like all the rest of the McFarlane toys, so you can get cheap. Just wait and get it on discount.
But I think the Target one might sell okay right now. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I might have messed up by leaving it on the shelf.
I'm out on this. Yeah. All right. Cool. Fair enough. James, don't spend that type of money.
Yeah. Sticking with McFarlane, we get a look at the Batman characters because here's a couple of the figures coming from the movie.
Who's the guy in the green vest?
That's Riddler.
That's what they did to the Riddler, huh?
That's what they did. To
All right.
Riddler.
Well, throw shit up against the wall and let's hope it sticks.
Is it just me? Does it look like they repurposed an old G.I. Joe figure for Catwoman?
Yeah. Probably.
Same thing with the Riddler. It looks like they took a Shadow Trooper and just painted him green.
Moving on, man. Moving on.
Not much effort here.
Oh, this is McFarlane. Hey, hold time out. McFarlane. This is the one. Listen, put it down, record it. McFarlane. The one thing he does is he does toys pretty well. I mean, he does his toys.
He does.
Yeah.
The next one is good. This Batman. I'm just showing you the back of it right now. You know what cover it's from.
Hold on, David. David, I ran into Kate's, and I will tell you about Kate's. And you could put McFarlane and Rob together in the statement, but Kate's is no longer allowed to be made fun of on this show. All right, up next. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that this toy looks cool to me. I don't know. This is a display cape, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But they do. Here's a close up so you can get a little sense of the sculpting, the molding. But they do give you a cloth version too, so you can actually, I guess take the character and do something with it. And it's still a pretty cool cloak. Like it still has the folds.
This is our. I mean, he's one of the stylish guys I know, and he says it's dope. So they're buying it. They're going to go hunt it. This is a toy hunter. This is what he does. Check him out at TYTV 93. He knows what's hot in the toy market, and if he thinks it's good, it's going to go, guys. So.
I think so. I agree.
Why is there two capes? I don't get the two capes thing.
Because
how expensive is this going to be?
If you want to play, you can't play with him in that.
He doesn't move though. He's got no adjustable arms, right?
Oh no! It's all underneath. It's all posable. There's a lot of articulation.
Yeah, you look
I
at.
didn't get any more pictures because I thought 4 was enough. But you can even see here a little bit in the waist area.
Okay, cool.
There's a lot of movement.
So you can take him into the bathtub.
Well, I wouldn't do that. It's still a cloth cape.
Why the bathtub?
Play with your toys in the bathtub.
Why not the sandbox?
No, same thing.
Out in the snow.
Huh?
And then they start to rust. I messed up so many G.I. Joes playing with them in the snow.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Another Batman. This was
there he
based
goes.
off the movie, I guess, poster or release. And this is 12 inches.
That's what she said.
Big guy.
Mm-hmm. What is it? What Batman is this? This is just no Batman.
I guess it's the movie, but it's based off of this poster that they've been showing for the movie where it's like a lot of reds. I don't know.
They're going to paint Twilight red?
Yeah.
This would look so much cooler if it was just all black.
Did they use Hasbro's leftover? You like this. Dave likes this too. Dave, you like this one? The red one where it's painted? Okay.
It looks like a statue. It's cool looking. I don't know why you need to be 12 and up to have this toy, but apparently you have to be 12 and up to have this thing. Look at that. I mean, what's the deal with this? 12 and up. All right. We'll move on from that. All right. We'll leave Batman off. We'll leave
the toy guys are loving this. They think these two things are hot as shit.
All right. You guys will like this one. Come on. Turtles and Cobra Kai mashup.
I didn't say this. I thought this. You and JJ were like so giddy, and I hated to crap on your day, so now I'm going to crap on your day. This is the dumbest shit I've seen all week.
Oh, nobody said it.
This is like so dumb.
It is dumb, but that's why it's fantastic.
Really?
Some dumb ideas.
This is not a good idea. This doesn't make any sense. No. You Ninja Turtles against early 80s.
You want to know what's better?
Bullies?
The other one has the kid from the Cobra Kai show, Miguel, but he looks like Elvis. Look down below.
Oh, my God.
Young Elvis versus Leo.
Dave said the last one was that definitely need to be 12 and up. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious today. Keep it up. All right, here's Solo Wookie. He's going to be buying all the McFarlanes. All right.
They also look like Barbie, like arms.
I'm going to laugh at you guys when you guys buy this.
They use Barbie's arms.
Those look so terrible. Look at those arms.
I know. I'm being honest. The execution might not be there, but the
Dude,
idea.
what if they should give him kung fu grip at least? Like, you know what
It's
I mean?
like a sausage for a forearm.
Mhm.
The deli meat just waiting to be sliced. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, neither one's like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on. NECA.
Okay.
NECA has this Raphael Frankenstein, which is kind of cool.
Okay. You got me on this.
You like this?
I know that's the back, but here you go.
This is pretty fucking dope.
It is. Look, you get these other hands. You get. I love when they give you these extra stuff.
These are the McDonald's exclusives he's talking about. The No, this is kind of cool. I like that the different. This is NECA, right? Yeah. So they're gonna give you
NECA. Only thing I don't know why they didn't make it more red. It looks purple to me, so it looks more like Donnie than Raph at first.
I think it would have been cool if they also gave you one where the a changeable head where then he has got his like tongue out or he's got a piece of pizza sticking out of it. I think it would have been fun.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, maybe they should just put a push button where you can do friend. Some Frankenstein aspects in there.
Well, I think at least Andy's going to buy this for $49.99 at your local Walmart. After the only one left on there is the box that's bashed up by the heathens.
I'm thinking this would make a super dope AOK for a good friend.
Nice. Wait, are you asking us to buy this for you? Or
No.
Oh,
I'm going to be on the lookout for this for a friend.
Oh, sweet, cool.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
And look, the size with the little lightning bolts. I like the execution here. It's some thought was put into it.
Is he wearing a blood pressure monitor?
Let's say. Go back. Is he wearing a blood pressure monitor? Is he really?
Was he? He might have. Yeah, look at that. There's like a gauge here. Here, I can zoom in a little bit. There's a little gauge here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is there blood pressure or some sort of pressure? Steam pressure?
Oh, I really doubt you too. Ah, come on.
To the back there. The tubing goes to the back. And so
I don't get it, but yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. At least it's different. At least they're giving something to try.
I just want to know why his pants go under his shell.
Jesus.
That part is kind of confusing me now that I'm zoomed in and looking.
Yeah, well, stop zooming into things, man.
Well, I'm getting a better look. Inquiring minds want to know.
That's what she said.
Scareglow. They're redoing Scareglow. It looks kind of cool to me. I mean, this is not something I'm really going to buy because, as Andy said, space is at a premium. Can't buy everything.
Yeah, but this is glow in the dark.
It is. It actually is.
This is the type of BA toy that you hang from the ceiling over your bed at night.
Yeah, but do you take it out of the box? I'd be afraid to take it out of the box.
Oh, look how dope that is.
That is kind of fucking dope. Yeah.
It's Mondo. I mean,
at least if nothing else, it's a great Halloween, accessory for the kids.
Yeah. That adds to it too.
Yeah, I think I'll buy that. When's this coming out?
I think it's on sale soon, or it might actually even be up right now.
Classic variant on sale info. Okay, fair enough.
All right, we're gonna move on to games. I only got one item from games. Just a little bit about the Gotham Knights had another trailer, I guess.
What'd you think of it?
I want to play it. I haven't played a game in forever. I'd like to play it. I just don't have time to, but I'd like to.
Oh, all right. Yeah. It looks dope. It looked good. Cutscenes look good.
I mean, it was a story trailer, so
once again, DC does a lot of other shit that's really good besides movies. If they could just figure that out, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, this is based on a Batman that's dead, so there's no Batman in this universe. It's just the Nightwings, Robins, and
I think
Jason Todd's.
It's gonna be for everything, right? It's gonna be based on Quarter Owls. It's gonna be for
and they're gonna go against
consoles.
Quarter Owls. Kind of cool.
Isn't this for consoles, right? For both Xbox and PS?
Yeah, I think it'll be for everything.
I think it's gonna be for everything. TY.
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers games, and it also has like a drop-in, drop-out feature, so you can play co-op, but you don't have to go through the whole storyline. So that's kind of fun. So it's like I can hop in and play with somebody, and be Robin for a bit, and then you just pop out. And
isn't that what they did with the last one, Arkham Knights or whatever?
I haven't played one of those in a while, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. But these characters were all downloadable characters, I think. Like you had to pay. So now they're the main characters in this game. Like all
I do too, Joe, but you know how it's working. Give us cinematic trailer, never gameplay.
Yeah. All right. That's it for gaming. Well, not totally, because I do have gaming ornaments. I mentioned Christmas ornaments. So look, get a little link for your tree.
Huh.
Or a Charizard.
Cool.
Or a Flying Mario.
There you go.
Or an old school controller. There's a bunch more, but this is what I picked. But just fun stuff. Just the holidays are coming, so you can think about all the fun ornaments that you waste your money on. Like I do. All the Star Wars ornaments at Hallmark and all the Harry Potter ones.
That's what I was going to ask. Are these Hallmark? Like, can I find these in the Hallmark store?
I think so.
I think
Usually they do. Usually they have them in a little corner area for this stuff.
Yeah.
The kitty section, as they call it.
The kitty section. I had 2 sneakers originally, but for time, I cut it to 1. So we only got the Home Alone sneakers.
I don't understand it.
I didn't realize this. My wife told me that these were the Adidas I think Kevin McAllister was wearing in the movie. So these are based off of his Adidas. They had little extras. You know, see, it looks like some gunpowder fire.
A shit mark on my new shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. The little welcome rug, the Home Alone little tongue thing there. That's kind of fun. But outside of that, the other things they give you are inserts.
Who's buying these? I mean, seriously, that movie was fun back then. Not really as rewatchable as people think.
No, definitely not. It does not hold up.
No.
You tell that to my son.
Who's buying these?
I don't know. Nobody apparently yet.
Look at the inserts. Who's ever gonna? What's the point of the inserts? Are you ever gonna see those?
Well, out your inserts. Oh, are those little like emblems put on the outside?
Yeah, I think they're like pins you can put on the thing.
Awesome. So now this is making Crocs now. This is good. Well, there you
or,
go,
or
Andy.
Lace. I think they're little lace things. You put them in the lace.
Don't worry. When you see my top 5, my top 5 today, you'll know who these are for. Because we have a top 5 that's.
All right, we'll move on. We're almost done with news. I know we're 40 minutes in. We're still doing news again.
Yeah, we're early today then.
Yeah. Comics. Apparently, the reason why you didn't get your Gunslinger Spawn is because they ran out of paper.
That or McFarlane. Somebody told McFarlane he just keeps drawing the same thing over and over again. He went, shit, yeah, I do.
I'm hearing rumors and rumblings on social media that there's a lot of supplies stuck on cargo ships offshore.
There is. Actually, there is. It's a big cycling problem off of the West Coast. They're full. They actually just extended, though. They're going to start working 24 hours, especially to get into the holiday rush. So we should see some of that supply chain break. Are we going to do supply chain? You want to get down the breakdown of supply chain in San Diego? And
No. That's enough.
You don't want to do that? Okay.
That's enough.
Okay.
But you can get your book next week, I think. I think it will come in next week, but just slightly delayed. And Andy, I know you guys covered this next one yesterday on Brian Wood's show, which I used to do, but I just didn't have time for it anymore. The She-Hulk coming out.
So you know what's a shame here with this new series dropping is that the best cover, She-Hulk cover coming out is actually for the friggin' Hulk series coming out. That Hulk series has a She-Hulk variant that is I can't remember who did that one, but it's got her lifting a barbell wrapped in chains and just super dope.
Looking yacked.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're so scared of making her look just stacked. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of how you think about it. Like, give her some, I don't know, whatever. Anyways,
I cut the hues, the top. I only give you the top half because it was just framed better with the name than the Bartel, which I also like the Bartel.
I do like the Bartel a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like the colors, the pops.
The hue, that green hue is a little kind of like neon She-Hulky, but
True.
I'm not the biggest She-Hulk buyer, so who am I to?
Yeah. Neither am I. I like collecting for covers, the older ones, but other than that, we'll see. We'll see what they give us with a new She-Hulk. And then our last bit, I'm sure to upset our older members of the community, that Superman is no longer representing the American way.
Sorry for all you Superman readers.
Yeah, it's no longer the 80s. We're not in the Cold War with the Russians anymore.
Put F's in the chat for all you people that are reading Superman. Anybody?
Well, not after last week.
Yeah, definitely not after last week. Who reads Superman? I mean, I know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why we need a better tomorrow either. Well, once again, I mean, you're just trying to, I guess, change stuff or whatever.
Well, it plays in the ideal.
Hey, Absolute Geek. Big surprise. Somebody from Arizona is reading Superman. All right, there you go. There you go. There it is.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make sense to limit him to just the American way these days because it's He was created many, many years ago. We live in a much different world today than we did then. So the world is a bit not so closed off. It's just everything's more global with the internet.
Where's Metro? Where's he from? Metropolis. Where the hell is Metropolis? Is it supposed to be in America?
I think they moved it. I thought it was somewhere near Kansas at one point, since he lands in Kansas. Like, why would he go to the coast to go work? But I don't know. But apparently, if you follow Zack Snyder, it's across the bay from Gotham City. Apparently, it's like right there. You can see Gotham from Metropolis. I don't know. I have no idea these days.
Change comic book sayings on the book that no one reads to change the world. No, maybe they're just going for a different audience. I don't know, man. Like, they got to do something over there because, DC's policy now is order as many books as you want and you can return as many as you want. Like, that's not a good policy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing too good in the comic book realm either. So
that's it. That's what I got for you guys this week.
Yeah. All right. Well. I mean, I get it. I get why people are upset. People hate.
Ty doesn't even have a Superman figure.
Yeah, Ty doesn't. I mean, this is what I'm saying. He's a little bit. Go ahead.
There was a DC colorist that either quit and or got fired over this whole ordeal too. Gabe, I'm gonna butcher this last name, Elteb, claims that he quit DC Comics over the publisher's wokeness. Others have disputed that claim, saying that he got fired. Just because of the way they changed it, and companies are going to change, the world's going to continue turning, things are going to change, and
it's going to be okay.
Some people aren't going to be okay with that, and here's one of them.
Well, that's okay too. I mean, like, just don't play stupid games and win stupid prizes. You know what I mean? So if you got a job, here's a get another one before you leave, or get kicked out the door. Either way, we're all above the age of 16. Getting kicked out of McDonald's, Just Pizza ain't gonna hire you like afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you get grown people got grown jobs, they got grown bills. So that's my only suggestion to you people out there. It's not worth it. Nobody. I mean, look, we all care about you. They do too, but yeah.
JJ,
yeah,
no, it's colorists.
Yeah, I mean, I get you.
Let's not downgrade our colorists.
Some of the tweets that are posted on this article say that he was in fact fired for going on a CG podcast and trashing the publisher and book he was working on. So
yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, there's definitely more to this story.
Yeah, look, if you go out there and talk shit about your boss, it's the interwebs. You're gonna get fired, bro. Ask the guy who's good at the YouTubes. You know what I mean?
Good at the YouTubes.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like, ask the guy who's good at the YouTubes. Like,
yeah, he was invited to leave, and he accepted. So yes, he quit.
Yeah. They said, okay. I mean, I get. I just can't do it. Like, I can't do it anymore with all of it. Like, even in the Star Wars world, when Cara Dune, she was good. She was not a great actor. Okay, she just wasn't a good actor, but she's good on the show. Like, if you need somebody, she's the Van Damme of Star Wars. Brilliant. But also, there's a point where your boss says, "Shut the bleep up." And there's two options that you have. You either do what I do, start your own business, and then you're the boss, and then all your employees tell you to shut the bleep up, or you get fired. This isn't a new fucking concept. This has been happening forever, dude. Like, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Good story.
To be fair, it's not limited to movie making. Like, you do that in a lot of jobs. If I go out on Facebook and start trashing the company I work for, they can fire me.
Not they could. They're going to fire your ass.
To do so.
They're going to fire you. Now, listen. I mean, it is what it is, but do know you're a grown-up. Let's start. How about this? How about we make a rule? We like to play the kids. Look at all this shit right here, right? This is all fun. We're all kidding around, cons, kiddie stuff. It's all great. At one point, though, we do have to fucking be adults, right? So, let's follow that rule. Don't lose your job over some dumb shit. You ain't Craig. Stop stealing empty boxes, bro. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. All right.
How you gonna get fired on your day off? What you stealing boxes for?
Yeah, I know, right? There's nothing in the fucking boxes. Yeah, okay. So, hey, let's not kill her too much. Like, her acting ability wasn't the best, and especially what made it sad was then all of a sudden you saw who's your friend over there in WWF? Sasha Banks.
Oh, Sasha Banks, yeah.
Who's not going to be back in the Mandalorian because she's now knows how to act for WWF, which I thought was weird or whatever, but she's not going to be in the next season. Either way, because I know things. No, not always.
She was missing for a few months, and there's no explanation where she was.
She posted something. Thank you, Dom. Dom sent us over that. But
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? No, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, she wasn't. But she was felt the part. Do a couple somersaults, neck choke somebody out, throw in a camel clutch. You're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah,
she did good at that. Let's not give her a hard time.
Yep.
I mean, you can give her a hard time for other shit, like losing your job because you don't shut up. But like, whatever. All right, up next. What do we have up next?
Well, that's up to you. We either got videos or
com footage, or should do some tier. Well, I think the tier list personally goes right. What do you guys want, chat? Because I think the tier list goes right into con footage. And maybe while we give it, we'll do a quick top 5. We'll give you a quick top 5 that we'll run through real quickly. Because this week we didn't do that. This week we didn't do top 5 books. We did something a little bit different, a little bit more on the joke. Let's see what we got here. Let's share a screen real quickly. So I know everybody
on a fetish, one or the other.
Okay, one or the other. I know everybody loved to make fun of me on, if you're not watching the Sunday show, the Dark Side, Tales from the Dark Side show, here on Rennavision or on Tales from the Flip Side, please do. If you aren't watching that, apparently a lot of people had comments when I said that I bring 4 pairs of shoes to cons so that I can change them out throughout the day. So it just so happened that while I was on the cons, one of the biggest text chains I had with Pete before the service went out was like, you wouldn't believe the crap people are wearing on their feet at cons. So I'll take you through the don'ts of con footwear. Here we go. Oh, that's a good picture. Way to go. First off, nobody wants to see your gross, smelly ass feet at cons. Do not, I repeat, do not wear flip-flops. It's gross, it's sick, and you ain't at the beach, bitch. So stop wearing them.
And don't wear your wife's flip-flops because those don't fit this guy.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to something like that a little bit later. By the way, these are all things that I saw and actually mentioned to most of these people. Eventually, I finally took a picture of one because I just couldn't believe it. But okay, number 2. Listen, if you come up to me and you're looking at a book on the wall and you're like, "Hey, man, can I buy that $1,000 book? But can I get $200 off?" I'm going to tell you no. And why I'm going to tell you no if you're wearing these is because, bro, you should be spending $1,000 on a book if you can't buy shoes without tape on it, man. Don't come to me with bags full of shit and your shoes are looking like this. Come on, man. What is that? What are those?
It's John Bender's.
No, I swear to God, a guy came up and he had 4 full, like the full huge bags. And he had like $400 in toys. And he's like, "Yo, what's the best you can do on this?" I was like, "Oh, well," I looked down. I was like, "Are you kidding me, bro?" Like, it's one thing if you, like, I've had it, the job where you got to work.
Much. He doesn't need to shoot.
No. Look, man, I know, like, my work boots got holes in it. I had to wait till the next paycheck. You know what I mean? To pay for it. That's a whole different story. You can't have $2,000 of toys and comics and be wearing shoes like this. You just can't do it. No. No, sir. And then ask for a discount. Okay, what does this look like to you guys?
Planks of wood.
Okay.
This one confused me when I saw this.
This was because this actually happened. And I couldn't even do it. First off, I was like, what the hell? Look, if you're going to wear Geta or Mujai or as they know, Asian type clogs, any type of clogs, do not make them at home. Especially don't make them out of 2 pieces of wood and then a bungee cord that you staple to them. Yes. Do you know what that sounds like at a con? Literally, it sounds like somebody is just taking wood and slamming it on the bleeping ground. And by the way, then you're complaining because your feet hurt and you got splinters. Just don't do it. This is legitimately what somebody was wearing.
I did see that. I saw that individual and I cringed quite heavily.
Thank you very much.
Did you hear them coming?
Yes, it was loud as shit. Yes. And the con was packed. Anyways, okay. So don't wear this. Please don't wear that.
Don't wear wood for shoes. Okay.
I don't think you should wear slides. I don't think you should wear slides with socks. I don't think you should wear slides, period. But what really you should not do at a con is wear tiny slides that do not fit you. Like listen, if your heel is like here's the end of the slide, and your heel is here, right here.
Well, you
do not wear that. That doesn't fit you, bro. Huh?
So you stretch the picture out, which makes it difficult to read what's going on.
I don't care if it's Yeezys or Nikes. These are Yeezy slides that don't fit. Something similar was going on there. I don't care if they're Nikes or Yeezys. If your foot is hanging off the slide, don't wear them. And definitely don't try to run in them, which that kid was trying to do. And then this is actually from, I mean, if you look at Andy, where's this picture taken from?
That's from the suburban show place, because that is the exact polished concrete floor that they have there.
Mm-hmm. So finally, I had enough of all these examples, and I literally took a picture, and I go, Pete, I mean, this is now I have the wood, like literally somebody was walking around the con, no fucking shoes on.
Was he cosplaying as Frodo?
No cosplay happening.
Oh.
And it wasn't a he.
He just had enough.
It still wasn't a he.
Those are some hoofs.
Okay, well, I don't know if we're going to go that far, but still wasn't a he. Don't fucking do that. It's gross. And it's gross. Okay.
This is how you get athlete's foot.
Among other things.
Yeah, this is how you just get like the thing you don't even know, the bacteria that grows on you. The doctor's just
stars.
I don't know, like a little pus thing comes out. It's yellow and orange. Don't do it, man. Just don't. Okay, so that's all I got for that. That's the top 5 for this week.
Christ.
Honestly, thank you, Andy. I'm glad you were there because I don't think people will believe that shit was going on in the con.
Oh, no, that was legit. That was super legit.
Yeah. So all you people that made fun of me on Sunday, I hope you saw that, okay? Because that's what I think. When people are telling me not to switch out my shoes, this is what I'm thinking about. You making fun of my Skechers? Okay, bro. You making fun of my Pumas with the air stuff in it? Okay.
You probably could have sold your extra shoes then. This dude with the duct tape. You could have been like, hey, man, I got an upgrade for you right here.
I don't carry them in. I go out. Right on them. It also gives me some air. I go out to the vehicle. It's behind the building where the editing truck was, where our man right here, famous Hollywood Andy, was out there in there with the editing truck going like, ooh, put this little, oh, that's good. I'm good. Ooh, yeah. Okay. He was right by there. And I just go outside. I sit in the back of my truck. I throw on my shoes, throw another pair in the back, and switch them out throughout the day. So.
Motor City 2022 shoe sales. All right.
I'm telling you, that could be a business right there.
That McClay had the other one. You could do the customized. It says Comic-Con mask or Comic-Con MC3.
In all seriousness, this is a legit topic. Should be talked about more. I actually purchase new shoes and break them in for conventions like this, and I'm getting ready to do another pair for C2E2 because no joke, Motor City, not the biggest convention out there by any means. I walked 6 miles a day. My fat ass walked 6+ miles a day for 3.5 days.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, and you knew, and Andy will test this. Every day I was there hours before Andy, and I was there till the end every day. So think about how long I was on my feet because I never sat because all I'm doing is running from one place to another and doing all this other shit.
There's no place to sit.
No, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, you guys should not be out there. I mean, it's a PSA for real though. You don't have to go as crazy as I do because you're not gonna spend as much time on the floor as I am. But like.
No, but dude, like legit, seriously, Merrill makes a really good hiking shoe out there that you can usually get on sale for $100 a set, $100 a pair. Usually $99.99 when they go on sale.
The camping seats, the little tripods, you float down and you just plop down on it and be like, whew.
No, that's legit, dude. I think I'm gonna pack one for CT.
Well, especially if you're gonna start digging in boxes under a table, you just whoosh, bang.
Hey, you know why I'm really friends with why I'm really friends with dealers? You know why I'm really friends with dealers? It's not because the
chairs.
Yeah, it's for the chair, so I can go and sit behind booths. And he's like, "What are you doing back there, sitting behind that booth?" I was like, "Yeah." So he's a friend. Yeah, sure, they're all friends of mine. Like, yeah, the seat is great.
I don't know. The chair was open, so it's mine now.
Yeah, no, they know. They card each other. Whatever. They're nice like that. We got a lot of good guys. All right, so what are we doing? What did the chat say? Are we doing? Or did they not decide? They're just too enamored by my.
Distracted. There's a lot of galosh talk. There's some toe jam.
You can't have. Oh, come on, man!
Moonlit Comics doesn't know what they walked into. Like, what the heck are you talking about?
Where's Moonlight? Dave's being a troll as usual, which is cool. Yeah. Was it the lady's feet? Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I mean, it was. I actually had the reason why you see us so up close too is there's defining factors on that woman's feet and stuff, and I didn't. And I also, I'm not trying to dox anybody, but when I literally was texting Pete and going like, dude, broken. Like we were talking about.
Yeah, I saw the full shot.
Yeah, and I go, oh my god, you will not believe what just fucking walked up, and I just took a picture. I was like, ching, right there, broke ass feet, walking around on the floor. Man, are you kidding me, dude?
Just chilling, just checking out toys. I think on somebody's wall. Just hey, let's check this out. Just shopping.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I didn't put it into the videos that we're gonna have, but we do have some walkthrough videos. I guess probably some of it. We'll show a video real quickly or two and then do tier list, or should we do tier list later? Show a video too? Okay, we will. All right, let's do a video too. All right, a video or two.
I was there. I lived
Go
it.
ahead.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, so this is one part you weren't there for. We'll talk about this real quickly, and then you're like, "Damn, why didn't you tell me?" And I kind of did. I was like, "Hey, dude, get here early," but you were too big, being a YouTuber star and a television star too.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
No, I just think it's. I know he's like, I can't believe it's so embarrassing. So make sure when you see him, you get him to sign from now on. This is another cool part. There's actually a part on your IG part. Believe it or not, Comic Man Andy was doing his shoot thing, and I was actually in that frame for his first SIG. You can't see me. I'm not gonna say what I was, but I was. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's really cool. So here we go.
Bill's doing Baltimore too. So this is a double cover. It's a 9690 Golden Age. He's also got a 7.
Yeah, are we good? Okay, so this somebody had called us over because this 90 Dizzy Danes. So that's like from the 50s, a Golden Age book. It was a double cover. It was a 9096. And of course, people wanted it. And they're like, Marco, I don't have them priced. What do you think? So I had already priced it off. And then Sean, I called him over. And I said, hey, Sean, because the dealer was kind of like, do you really think? I think he thought it might have been a little bit more, maybe. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was at like an 8.5. I was like 8,500. Probably a good fair price. But it was because these books aren't on census. There isn't anything close to it. And like, how do you price it out, right? So we do. So we start talking about it. We go over it. And then he goes, hey, by the way, what do you think of these books? And he just starts pulling this out. Unknown Journeys. All high grade, like just pre-code horror. Look at this
the
Marvel
double covers.
tale.
They do the inside cover, right?
They do both. The inside cover is the white grade, so that was the 9.0. Then the outside cover is the 6.0.
I got you. Okay.
So it's it was 9060. That's how it was. So say in the title screen, like in the title part up, it'll say like 9.0, and then the sign notes on the book it'll say 6.0 front page. Yeah, so these were crazy. So we started talking about pricing out some of these books, and it was kind of interesting. I don't know. I sped it up because let's see if we can hear what we're saying.
Look how great.
Yeah, we can.
Easy, dude. Look how high grade that is.
Yeah, look at how high grade these are. And he just kept pulling out more and more. Now all these are double covered.
No, it really, for sure. Yeah,
Wait, all of them?
I mean, yeah.
No, only that one was double covered. The rest of them are normal. But he just kept pulling out more and more. I mean, look at the stacks.
Oh my god.
And I mean, you want the chipmunk voices? Okay, cool. As long as it doesn't annoy you guys.
You don't know these price yet? No. I'm trying to research them.
Yeah, so he didn't have a price yet, so that's what we were over there
There's no
doing.
price, and there's no price for the grades I have. There's lower
Yeah, so there's
grade 4 years on GPA.
9290.
There's no price,
90.
and there's no prices for the grades I have.
so like the closest price on some of these books were 4 to 6 years ago, and they were either lower or higher grades in some of them because he had a whole range. It's 9075, 92, 85.
4 years ago. Exactly.
I mean,
so, yes, that's the problem you run in with this stuff. And the guys in no hurry.
Okay, I got to mute this part because now it's real business talk, and we really start talking about percentages and stuff, which you guys don't need to hear. It's not your business.
But it's business.
It's business, but it's not your
Yeah,
business.
I always like to think though, like.
So we're gonna start showing some of the wall.
wall.
This is Bill from Canton, Ohio, from Bill's Comics and Collectibles, just so you know. We actually shoot him later on Sunday, and he kind of tells us everything that was selling and kind of what was going on with there.
Yeah, I don't see it. Same with the other one. The printing company that did it is just was down the street from where my shop's at.
Did you saw this wall, right, Andy?
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, I wish I would have spent more time at that booth, to be honest with you.
Honestly, he was selling so much stuff. Sorry, I just had some.
I'm telling you, there's an AF-15 on the top rack. I saw.
That's not a.
Bill, can I walk behind?
No.
That's not what you.
That's the rebuy of the
Yeah,
facsimile.
Okay.
He does. If you're gonna put me on something, don't put me on the same time.
I mean, I already saw a handful of books that I wish I could have picked up, but...
Well, they went fast. He'll tell you
Hey,
later.
what if it's competing shows? If it's a competing show,
Well,
then
you and I
then
talked
we're
about
sleeping
that
down
actually is like very like Thursday night, Friday morning deals were already being made before the doors even opened.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff was happening. But with that being said, like there was so New York, from what I hear from the dealers, a lot of them had said that like dealer to dealer sales what made that show for them. It wasn't actual sales on the floor. Like they had to make dealer to dealer sales. And they were saying at this show that's not the case. This show, it wasn't just dealer to dealer sales, but it was like more. Apparently,
now I'm getting motion sickness. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, no, I sped it up because it's even worse.
In all seriousness, there is a fresh crowd of people coming into the comic game that are getting into modern comic books. I saw a Saga 1 9.8 go for above GPA. The only reason why I didn't pick it up is because I told the dealer, I'm like, look, you and I have talked about a price that I'm willing and you're agreeing to, but I have plenty of copies. I'm going to go to lunch. If this book is still here tomorrow, I'd be happy to take it home, but let's give somebody else a chance. And that young man was so excited that he got it and was able to finally get a copy because he didn't have one.
So he had
Something Is Killing the Children was selling really good too.
Really?
There's a Captain Britain there too that I feel about your bad. I know the guy. We're going to see the guy later too that you're talking about because I went up there and talked to him afterwards. He's like, he would take it home. I was like, how many people looked at it? He's like 6. And I texted you. I said, Andy, I don't think this book could be there. And you went back and you saw it. And the whole story with that kid was what happened with him now?
He didn't have a copy before of that saga, had been looking for one and had not been able to find one that he could afford because prices bumped up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dealer gave him a deal off of his booth price and he felt good about it. The dealer felt good about it. And it was substantially more than what I was offering to the dealer, and the dealer was going to accept from me based on my story and my collecting of saga. So the dealer won, the new owner won, everybody kind of won, and it was a great little story.
For everybody that's here, it's Daggett's. You guys all know Daggett's Comics because we talk about him a lot now. And he's willing to make deals, and he's great. So I just got a text from Dave, the guy that we went through his basement to start digging. And he just said that Mando Scare Glow sold out. So
really, the Mondo?
Yeah, the Mondo. Yeah, he's mad he missed out. There's Bill. Back of his head. All right, this should be done here. I can't let you hear. Good thing you talked over that because there's a lot of personal stuff.
Peter Parker's pants in the chat is right, man. Things were selling. Like, this is the funny thing about this convention. If we could touch base on this really quick.
Ahead.
Oh yeah.
Dealers that were there that were selling Golden Age books and Silver Age books and some of the high value Bronze Age keys. That's not what was, in my opinion, from watching books, that's not what was moving anywhere near as fast as some of the modern stuff that people were after.
I think it was a combination of the two because one of the things we had heard about moving a lot is me off the screen, but like ASM 129, 6 of them sold. There was a story. I was at the LCS today where there was a guy who came up to me. He's like, man, I was about to text you to come over to help me with negotiating on the 129. He goes, I put it back up on the wall. He's like, I was pull out the phone to talk to you. I was like, I'm going to think about it. Went to go text you to see if you could come over and just give me a second glance. Because you should do that, by the way, guys. If you're deciding a book that, you're paying up their books, believe me, we all do. That's like what that video was when we were looking to price those out. Big dealers. I mean, Bill's been around forever. He knows a lot. He's not calling us over there because he doesn't know. He's calling them over for a second check, right? Same thing with Andy. Same thing with everybody else. They bring us in there to have a second check. You should do that. By the time the guy put it down, a guy that was looking over his shoulder, and by the way, I hate you people that look over people's shoulders, but whatever. The guy who was looking over his shoulder just snatched the book up, said, I'll take it right now. And the dealer looked at my friend, and he's like, huh? And then my guy's like, he said, he called it, so it's got to go. Here we go. This is another one. This is, I know Comic Man Andy's been talking about, if you guys don't know Harley, he's from here. He actually graduated from MSU. He's also a writer for the Overstreet Guide. One of the old, he's been around forever. He helps with the collection at Michigan State, which is one of the best collections of comic books ever. If you haven't been to MSU and seen their collection in the library, please do. And well, he did have a little bit. I think he's notorious now. Everybody knows that he accidentally kicked over one of his Golden Age walls, and he kicked over another wall. But with that being said, he got all the books back, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
When that does happen, though, a little bit of advice I'll give people, like double check. I know they're in cases and stuff like that, but double check on the back of the walls. Make sure you're checking those good because sometimes CGC walls have a tendency to create a tear. Unfortunately, I did look at a book that he had on his wall, and there was some. How would you explain it, Andy? Was there some extra damage maybe because of the fall?
It's hard to tell, but it wasn't there before that happened, and after that point, until you get it cracked open and looked at, there was too many questions.
It's unclear.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bump on it looked like the inner wall shifted. That's the thing you have to, even if there's not cracks on it, it looked like there was a tear on the tab on the inner wall. So watch out for that. And then it definitely looked like the corner because of the inner wall tear had.
But he brings the best, one of the top 5 booths at any convention I go to when it comes to digging through slabs. And when it comes to like if you're looking for a rare book and you don't know where to turn and you don't have friends at a convention and you're new to a convention, look for Harley Lee. because he's going to have a ton of that stuff.
David, I'm not quite sure that's accurate.
Really?
Well,
No, what David's saying here about the fact that dealers charge you 30%.
not you.
No, not you. I don't think that's 100% accurate. There definitely is, like, it's not like you can just be one random. You got to remember, like, a lot of people have known each other for a very long time. I don't think you can. It's not like you could just go be a dealer and then all of a sudden, you know.
No, you got a network. You got to have.
Yeah, it's a network type thing. And if you don't think there's networks and connections in any type of business, I mean, there is. There just is. So like. And a lot of the guys that will deal on a regular basis are also the same guys that will deal for you. And there's a lot of times where you, Go ahead.
I've been calling him Harley Lee.
It's Harley Yee.
Oh yeah,
Why?
my bad. I keep mixing that up.
Oh, it's all right. I think Dino calls him Harley Lee too, and he shouldn't because he's from the area. So, but yeah, I mean, I think as you're saying, that's partially okay. But like, are you complaining when somebody puts a book up on eBay and takes best price and sells it to their friend for 50% what they should have?
That's not much different.
Yeah, it's not. It's the same thing. Or like you trade a book when somebody trades books, because that's typically what happens. It's usually a trade.
Yeah, I actually brought books. This is the first convention I've been to that I brought books for trade, and I was shocked at the amount of disinterest in the books that I had because all of the dealers had all of those books. I'm sitting here thinking, Andy, you're playing it smart. You can probably get some of the books you're looking into. You 40% off if you make some of these trades. Give the dealers good deals. Nobody wanted the books I had because they already had all of them.
Yeah,
I was like, dang it, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is it too. Like, even for a lot of these guys, like you do know that this is like, I'm not going to Baltimore, and I'm not going to any cons for the next 3 weeks because. And a lot of these guys are going to 2 to 3 cons a week. Like, they're on the road a ton. If you think they're not friends and they're not helping each other out, you're crazy. I mean, that's more what it is than like, oh, I got a dealer, because they're definitely not. Because there was one guy that tried to get in and said he was a dealer, and the dealer's called security and got him thrown right out of the place. So that's not exactly how it works.
Oh man, I wish we were all back there again.
So I just don't understand. Like, there's plenty. Actually, these guys will bring out new boxes every day, which you'll see, new walls and new boxes. How do you buy comics, David? Apparently, you don't like online, and you don't like dealers, and you don't like LCSs. So I don't know how you buy comics.
And let's be honest. Motor City opened the doors early for people because ticket sales were so high. They got people on the floor earlier than they promised.
Yeah, it's a business, David. Yes, this is a business. These guys literally are going 50 weeks out of the year to cons to sell books. This is their business. Yes, that's what they do for a living.
I think I've heard of dealers trading more than selling a lot of times too.
It is. It's usually a trade. You get trading credit.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Like these tables, they're not free.
No, Motor City
is not free.
You're acting like, by the way,
is not free.
Dave, if you have a problem with paying to get in shows, don't blame the dealers, because the dealers get these tables right here are costing you $18.50 for a 10 by 10.
Yep.
$18.50. And by the way, the reason the internet was out is because they wanted to charge you $50 for 6 hours on top of your $18.50 to get internet service, and that wasn't guaranteed that it would work for the card readers. Okay, so
I remember people that
Dave,
paid for it having problems.
Yeah, I do like you, and I like that you troll a lot, and you're pretty funny. But this is one that we're not going to see eye to eye on, buddy. Like, this is some guys. These are people's businesses, and you know they're already. No, Dave, it's all right, but it's like, you know what I mean. Like, this, the truth of the matter is, like, yeah, you're complaining to the people that are charging new dealer. Like, if you're a new dealer in here, you're paying $18.50. If you're a legacy dealer, you're paying $1,300 for a table. Like, start there, and you've got
now a lot of ground to make up to start.
Yeah, and now you've got guys that, you know, because comics are popular. There's a lot of guys who do, not all of them, but there are some shows that decide to up your table rent, which is, I mean, it's not cool, man. I don't think.
Well, and like I said, you're there 3 days. You got to pay for a hotel room, so you tack another, I don't know, what, $500 on top of that at best. If you get some crappy room, unless you're splitting the cost, you also gotta have travel, whether you flew in, you drove in, probably drove because you have all.
And then, by the way, you got to have employees, because if you think you're, and then, by the way, this is the kicker. You guys want to know what the funny part is, so understand this: you get 2 dealer badges for your 10 by 10. You know how much dealer badge? If you brought an extra employee for a 10 by 10, you know how much your extra dealer badge was? $85 You know what a 3-day pass regularly was for this con?
$85. Yep.
No discounts.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh,
And
they want to sell. Yeah, I hear you. I think some will trade. Actually, you know what? Andy almost got a trade, and there was actually a pretty good value they were giving it to him. It's harder to trade now. You're right. Okay, I'll give you that, David. You know, the internet doesn't always work. I'm not breaking your balls or anything. I'm just, you know, as a dealer, kind of, you know, this show, because I like the show. It's my home show, and some of the stuff that happened here, I think people, oh, dude, this is so cool.
Oh, I saw the ad at.
Oh yeah.
No Rancor.
Let's be honest. This is the best. This is the best convention, comics and pop culture related in Michigan, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is the big one. Yeah, this is the big one. But this one was done this year's. Look at it. Okay, so this is for Jedi Johnson. I know he's in the chat. Jedi, I found an original box for the Slave One. I want you to tell me what the name of the Slave One is.
I see it. I saw it.
You guys see that right there? What does it say?
Boba Fett spaceship.
Yeah, Boba Fett spaceship. There you go. So JJ and Jedi and Solo. It was called Slave One. Boba Fett's. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. All right, there you go. There you go. Oh, look at him laughing. No. Yeah, you didn't say full name, Jedi. Full name, please. Yeah, they got it.
I mean, I also know what you're saying, especially with the trading aspect. You also got to remember, you're probably trying to trade for a book that everybody's buying, that they know they can sell.
And by the way, those books go
some offbeat, weird book that they've had for 3 years and can't move. If you're trying to trade for a hot book, they're probably not interested because they know they can get that money.
Well, also too, the dealers don't usually typically trade hot books back and forth. You know what a lot of the trade and the buying is? A lot of times it's books that A, it didn't sell for somebody else and somebody has a buyer for, or B, it's a book you want, because a lot of these guys have been around and they want a higher grade, so they'll put their book against the wall and everything like that. So it's not like you're not getting, there's some secret vault where you'll never see these books up for sale again. You know what I mean?
You want to know what I ran into for the first time ever at this convention that was kind of frustrating? I ran into I don't even have the name. No social media content, no website, no nothing. I ran into a dealer that had a book that I wanted, but
I know what you're
he had it in a 9.6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
right around this corner, actually, to the left.
Well, and I'm like, I'm flat out buying a 9.8 right now. If you have one, a 9.6, I maybe we can work on a price a little bit, or we can come up with a deal. The exact quote verbatim was, "Well, I've got 10 9.8s at home, but I didn't bring them." I'm like, I'm a buying. Let's talk. Well, I don't have.
Oh, there she is! Holy shit! Sorry. Hold on. Go ahead. Sorry, Andy. Sorry.
You found Shoeless Joe Jackson?
This is the first dealer I ever ran into that didn't want to sell a book. That, like they talked about, oh, I've got it and it's available. But then when I said I have money, then they backed off right away. And
you got a bag of money? Okay. I got a bag of money.
But this, I think, so that's the type of dealer that I do have a problem with. When you're too scared, your job as a business is to sell. When you're too scared, watch the footwear coming up here. Let's see if we can pause it.
Oh, get it.
Let's see if we can see her. She's right there. Yep, there he is.
Yep.
The wooden.
Believe it, 2 pieces of wood. That's
I used to get salmon planks where you cook the salmon on a wood plank like that at Wegmans, and you throw it right on the grill, and you cook your salmon.
2 pieces of wood. Don't wear those. They're really loud too. Maybe we can hear a clank.
What are you wearing?
You can kind of.
I kind of heard it.
Yeah,
$70? I don't know. I'm actually still debating it.
I do like the chicken on helium.
What are you wearing?
Clonk. All right, so that's good. Yeah, no, I mean that kind of annoyed me when Andy had told. I hadn't heard about that story till later, but like, don't say you have books and then like, I got 6 of them. Well, can I buy one?
No.
Like, come on, dude. That ain't it. You know what sold? There was a Macho Man. This place had that Macho Man. Let's see if I see it. That guy standing on the ladder is the death of me. Because this guy knew I was interested right there. See that Macho Man? I was like, all right. So I asked him how much it was. He's like, 80. Every other one there, by the way, $29.99, $30, $35, $40 at the most. He goes, we have to look this one up. I was like, what do you mean you have to look it up? Looked it up. They had a loaded computer. Obviously, the internet wasn't working. I had to come back the next day. $80. I go, no shot. No, I couldn't pull the trigger. And then it was sold,
No.
by the way, because this is Friday. If you don't think this is busy, this is Friday right now with what's going on.
Oh yeah, Friday was
Who's the furry walking around there?
I don't know. I mean, can we get their card for you next time? I don't know.
That's the iHeart.
I did a whole walkthrough. I recorded a whole walkthrough on Saturday, and it's quite a massive difference Friday to Saturday.
Really?
Yep.
Well, Saturday was crazy. By the way, these aisles were 2.5. These aisles were 2.5, or like so. It was time and a half more wider than it was last time, so 2.5 times total.
Yeah, 501st.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leaky wasn't there, unfortunately, but his Chewbacca friend was. So we'll give you a little bit more. They did a really good job. They showed up. Yeah, McClay was the furry. Oh, so for those people that didn't hear, yeah. Also, for those people that didn't hear the story, please, if you're gonna cosplay, I know it was funny, but let's not continue to do this. Don't come up to people. Okay, so there was a guy who was dressed as the Batman Who Laughs. Did you see that, Andy? Did you see that costume? He's really good. Okay, maybe Pete's got the picture. You can pull it up.
I think he was only there Friday.
He might have been. So he walks up, and I'm watching my friend's booth, helping him out, and he goes, I go, hey, I'm doing the yard barker thing, trying to get the sales going, doing what I do, put on the show. And, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, hey, man, Batman Who Laughs. Dude, awesome. And it was a really awesome costume. I'm like, awesome costume. Glad they let you in with the crowbar with blood all over it. And the dude goes, thanks, Marco. He goes, thanks, Marco. And I go, what'd you say? Because, like, it wasn't right. What'd you say? He goes, thanks, Marco. And I was like, what did you say?
Was it because he was whispering your name?
Yeah, he whispered my name afterwards. And I go, hey, what are you saying after thanks? He's like, Marco. And I'm like, do I know you? And he goes, yes, I'm the Batman Who Laughs. It walks away. It walks away. Dude, walking around with a crowbar, blood. Okay. So I'm like, yeah. All right. So we try to find out who he is. And eventually we tracked down who it was because you can hide. But he's making sure he didn't take his mask off like in public and stuff like that, which is pretty good. Also, pretty creepy. I want to let you know, dude. No, absolutely not, T.Y. Definitely happened.
I'm looking for the picture, but I can't seem to find it.
So these were kind of like the start. I mean, this is busy, man.
I don't know. Thanos. I found you with Thanos.
Found me with Thanos? Yeah, pull Thanos up. I love Thanos.
Well, no, I got to download it if I'm going to use it.
Oh, yeah, download it.
Well, just take a second. You guys fill time and talk for a while. I get it.
Well, me was over there packed already. There's the Chewbacca. What a Chewbacca.
Yeah, I got a few pictures of him, too. One of my favorite parts of the convention experience was the guy from Local 4 recording, and then when he chopped it all up and edited it and put it on the news, one of the clips was, oh, and here's Thanos from Marvel Comics, and Jim Starlin standing right next to him. It doesn't get a nod at all.
Oh, that sucks. Hey, it was funny because somebody brought up Kate's earlier, so I'll tell the Kate story. And, I've been kind of like, but I tell you guys honestly when I meet people how they are and when they aren't. And I'll tell you this about Donnie Cates. He's actually, in my opinion, a pretty decent guy. And I know people sometimes criticize him because they want to speculate on him. Oh, yeah. That's a kid. That's a kid that from Stranger Things. His line was packed the whole time. And the girls love him. Girls love him. I mean, I had to get like...
Well, he sang Never-Ending Story. How could you not?
He was in Never-Ending Story?
No, he sang... if you didn't watch the show, you
didn't watch it. I only watched some of it. Anyways... So one day, it was Friday, it was today, it was this day. And look at how busy it was during this day, right? And Donnie Cates came up and he was like, he's sitting at this CGC signature booth. It's the only thing CGC had there was a SIG booth. Okay? Kind of sucked, but whatever. So he's sitting at a SIG booth. It's 5 o'clock, 5:30. He's done signing like 40 minutes. And this sucks. Okay? They're taking stack after stack after stack, and they brought him with them, and all it is him signing and signing and signing and signing. And there was a guy, you'll hear it because when I talk to Keith, there's a guy who he has a special needs person that comes to this comic store, and all this guy wanted was a Donnie Cates signed Venom. That's all he wanted. All he wanted. So Keith asked, like, could we get it? Well, his line was too big. As a dealer, it's too busy too. You can't just, once again, like there's no perks really, like
no timeouts.
Yeah, so I walk by and I'm like, oh crap, he's there. He's whatever. I walk up and I'm like, hey, Donnie, blah, 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 blah. I said a couple things to him real quickly, and you could tell he's like, yeah. His handler's like, yeah, he's not signing. I said, I'm not asking him to sign anything. Thank you, though. And I explained who I was and said, hey, because we've had a conversation before over the interwebs. And I said, you know, my man, da-da-da-da-da, talk. And he could have just been like, okay, thank you very much, and piss off. You know what I mean? But he wasn't. He was like legitly shut off his phone, whatever he was watching, because I didn't interrupt the man. Shut it off. It was like, oh, that's cool. Paid attention. By the way, I don't know if I'd have it. And then they came over with another stack, and he went like gave him the finger, like, hold on real quick. Paid full attention.
Not the bad finger.
Not the bad finger. Hold on real quickly. Just put him down over there. I'll get to him. And they did. And then he came. He's like, thank you very much. Which he didn't need to even be nice to the person, because all they're doing, they're not even asking questions. It's just stack. I mean, I'm talking stack after stack after stack. And he's like, hey, cool. He's like, he's like, oh, good. It's great to talk to you. He gives me a pound. He's like, you need anything? I was like, you know what, man? I got this one dude. I hate to ask this. You can say no. Needs a SIG for one of his customers. This is the deal. He goes, bring him over. Brought the dude over. He goes, what's the kid's name? There you go. Done. Didn't even charge him.
Nice. Any
dude that does that, like, you're good. You know what I mean? I mean, even like he could ignore the shit out of me. Starling was good too. Yeah, Starling was also great. He was cool. He was entertaining. Even on his timeouts, he's entertaining. But like what they were doing to him, and then I went back later at the end of the show on Sunday, and he stayed all the time, and they were still. He was trying to leave, and they'd still set stacks in front of him, but he was thanking all the staff personally, giving hugs to the people that were like the handlers and stuff like that. So his first handlers that got there.
You're still talking about Kate's?
Yeah, Kate's. I had a couple.
You're not talking about Thanos.
No, Thanos is great. Look at Thanos. Look at Thanos. Thanos is great. He didn't know me. He didn't know actually who I was. You could see even when I referenced to who I was. He had no clue, man.
Well, you know who did know who you were?
Huh?
The Batman who laughed.
Yeah, that guy knew who I was. Donnie Cates didn't know who I was, David. He didn't. I mean, there's no point in him. He, like I said, you know, he could continue to watch that movie or whatever he's watching. He didn't have to, and he definitely didn't have to like stop all he's doing to sign a book for some dude that he definitely didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. He didn't need to. Like, he's wasting his time with us. He's making $20 every time he puts every thing he does. That's $20. $20. He didn't need to do that, man. You know, I mean, you don't have to do that type of stuff. So, all right, let's get into the. Do you want to go through Lauren's stuff, or do you want to go through? We got more stuff. We actually have some inside from some dealers that'll tell you what was on the floor every day, or we could get into tier list and start rocking out. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, Case was a real nice guy. Yeah, everybody says he's bad, but
I wish I would have made a conscious effort to either wait in line or catch his handlers to say, hey, I'd like to interview him. I wish I would have recorded an interview from him, Snyder, and Capullo.
Okay. I will tell you this. Do not talk to handlers. They are not nice. They're doing a job, but like their first answer is no at every single time. I mean, you could try it, see how it works out.
The first handler that I visited, I said, hey, if I'm walking around here, is it okay to record while they're doing stuff? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Record what you want. And I'm like, I'm not looking to zoom right in and get in what's going on, but can I record footage? And they're like, oh, yeah. They were super
nice.
The word I'm thinking of, they were super actually nice at Motor City. And they said, yeah, feel free to record footage.
That was something Dom was saying. He was surprised, and you're a Michigander, Andy, so you kind of know this. But I mean, we've got a state flag here where it's us waving one hand and we got a rifle in the other one, right? Like, it's kind of the motto of every Michigander. I mean, that's it. And like, as long as you're respectful, there's a lot of excuse me, sirs, please, and thank yous. You get this hand. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and that's how it is. Those guys are local too, so they've done pretty good. I try not to bug them. Anyways, so
if you walk around with clogs or no shoes, you get the other hand. Is that what you're
No, they let him do it. I mean, like I would throw him out, but
no shoot, no shoot. What? No shirt, no shoes, no service.
No shirt. No that's a sign everywhere. All right, here we go.
Hey, so this is Lauren. He's been around for the longest time since he was a little one. He actually started working out in comic book shops. He does great. He's got great stuff. We're going to show you as well a little bit. Where else are you going to be though? You're here at Motor City, and then you were just at New York. Right, last week, and then you're going.
Next week I'll be in Baltimore.
Cool.
Doing Grand
Rapids
Comic Con.
I agree, that's fair.
In November.
Okay.
Akron Comic Con in November, and C2E2 in December.
So he does toys, but he's gonna let us go behind the wall, and then he might actually let us see some of the books that he already kind of got. Maybe go through it. There's actually a foreign Fantastic Four. I think you guys need to see. It's really kind of cool. Something that I don't see a lot either. He's always got great stuff.
So he goes everywhere. Like he was in New York. He goes. I think he probably would have been a wizard if he could have. He does San Diego Comic-Con almost every year.
He does the Grand Rapids Comic Con too. That's where I last saw him and spoke to him, is at the Grand Rapids when they did the comics only version this year.
Yeah, dude. There's also this poster. Hopefully he'll let us look at it.
Oh man, I try. He wouldn't even tell me who bought the poster. We'll see it. I tried it because I was like, hey. He's like, it's not cool. He's like, I don't want you to try it. I
almost bought that when you showed me that on Friday.
It's the pink one.
3D.
The green one is the one behind. That's the one that I wanted.
So,
you'll see it.
This is like a setup. He's right in the middle.
Sorry about the camera work. I'm getting better at it. You know, I'm just trying.
I'm good. I know.
At least this isn't sped up, so it's not as jarring.
Oh yeah. Well, I did a better job, I think, with this one. Those other ones, there was a lot of personal talk that I don't think needed to be played in public, so I tried to speed it up. I couldn't get back to him. I've talked to him a couple times because there was a couple deals that we went all the shows on to go handle, but he was busy and he had two workers with him. So.
He had some great Golden Age books too. You're showing.
We're gonna show you the crazy stuff.
We'll get through it. Yeah. There's actually, if you're in the Star Wars, if you watch the Star Wars show, there's a little something I said about this, and you guys
went through and bought too.
You guys will hear about it. It's one of the Star Wars exclusives.
I know he just showed me a whole stack of stuff that he just bought too, which is kind of cool. He does a good job with both.
JJ, this is what I'm going to tell you. JJ, there's people who hit you up with stuff on the interwebs before, and I've said let's not respond back to them. Like, you know that you can get pretty hard. So if you want to respond back onto the internet to people, I don't hold that against him.
He's like an immense, massive knowledge.
Yeah,
and by the way, if you get to hang out with him, he tells you great stories a lot.
So his first job was at Comic Store, and he worked there for like 20 years before he started getting into the game. So,
Lando,
that book's doing really good right there.
Which one? Oh, that 9/4.
How many of these Ultimate Fallouts are these all 9/6s?
Yeah, I saw the Lando, I saw the Boba.
All second 9/6s. That's but what?
I bought a collection of 13 copies.
You want to talk about this book at all?
Yeah, so that was my exclusive that we did.
Oh, I forgot to buy one.
Marvel got back the license. Star Wars.
Somebody bought. He had
this was
5
great
copies. They all sold out.
My original concept for the book was I wanted to have Han Solo portrayed by Rocket Raccoon and Groot portraying Chewbacca. And Marvel was like, no, you can't have
crossover.
You can't have the crossover. So I'm like, well, okay, can I do an homage cover? Can I do Amazing Fantasy 15, but with Jedi Luke swinging across the desert barge with slave Leia? Can't have Leia in peril.
Oh, jeez.
Can't have Leia in the slave outfit. All right, fine. Can I do
King's Comics
that?
did something.
And they're like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. I go, great, we'll do that. We did 3,000 copies.
Of that, there's also black and white, right?
There's a black and white, which has 1,500 copies. I am actually totally sold out of the color ones. So towards the end, we were getting $100 a piece.
He was talking about Raw.
And the one thing I really like about this cover is the font. It's the Tales of Suspense font. My book is, I think, the only one that does not have the Star Wars
blocking fonting on it. Yeah.
The other thing too is I had a different artist in mind, and what ended up happening.
Yeah, he dubbed all 6 of them, man.
Marvel, like, yeah, I want to get the artwork. I want to, it's my first Marvel exclusive. Like, yeah, you won't be able to get the artwork because George Lucas has first rights and all that stuff. So I was like, well, fine. We'll get Alex Maleev to do it because he does everything digitally. If I can't get it, Lucas ain't going to get it.
That's awesome.
But Maleev's art rep told him, hey, you better do it on canvas so Lucas can buy the artwork. And of course he did.
Yeah.
And it went. I think the artwork went for like $3,000, which was a steal.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's really cool. Yeah, it's great to have that story behind it too. I love this book. I have this one too.
I thought you were going for the Silver Surfer for the Doom.
Batman.
No, I got a ton of Silver Age Batman.
Werewolf by Night, did X-Men.
That's first Darkhold.
Look at that El Diablo. Which one is that?
Daredevil #1.
From Mexico. Mexico.
That came out about 2 years.
Generally, they were, David. I think a lot of people were moving. on prices. I think even Andy was saying like he was getting a lot of good, like they were taking deals.
Slabs on magazines.
The problem with it was after today, after Friday, people weren't asking for discounts. They were actually buying almost at full cost.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
So when it came to Friday, people were asking for discounts. Friday, like bundle packages, Friday morning.
Yeah. So I
But
was
then
telling you guys
Friday,
earlier, he already
Friday
kind
night
of
at
talked
the
about
close,
this.
and all day Saturday people were paying full price, and it was Sunday when the deals were happening again.
Yeah.
Signed by Stan.
I can't haggle. I'm not a good haggler.
I mean, somebody was on top
The
of it.
best haggle move I have is I make a pile. I say,
It's from the Netherlands.
how much for all of it?
Edition.
They can tell me whatever they want.
I stopped worrying about haggling.
after
I stopped
issue
worrying about haggling when I realized
48,
that the dealers aren't going to be. They're not going to hold it against you because they're not going to remember you at the next con.
This
Dealers
is one
see so many people.
I just don't feel comfortable doing it. It's just the person. I just don't.
And there's certain, so you got to find the dealers that there are certain dealers that you, when you go like how much for this stack, they'll automatically give you a discount. Right?
And that's what I'll take. And that's
yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
just find those dealers and you just
and
keep
I'll take
buying from them
whatever
all
they
the
give
time.
me.
There's other dealers where you'll do. This is the one that I hate, and I don't know what everybody else's opinion of this is. And this is a perfect example. There's a guy comes up and he goes, 2 things is $50 a piece, right? And he says, I'm going to insult you by my offer. And whenever anybody always says, I said, well, tell me that. Just tell me the offer. I can only say yes or no. So I say yes or no. They go, it's $50 for both. And I go, that's a no. Like, that is actually kind of like insulting. Like, this isn't the date. I mean, we used to be able to do that with comics, but it's been a long time since that's happened. And I would never say to somebody like, hey, I'm going to insult you. Because it's it.
Parker, I'm just telling you, it's not in me. I just don't have it. I need
That's
somebody else
you get
to do it
everything
for
for $1. But I will say, yeah, the prices were. I mean, the problem with it was David. Like after the first day, even on the second day, they started making deals, and we'll hear from another dealer. The guy was like, I didn't even have to like. I didn't hear. Do you want to make a deal? We'll hear from both Bill and from Daggett's Comics. This is an interesting book. So this was a foreign from the Netherlands.
48 through 50 in it.
Yeah, signed by Stan Lee.
So
and it's got 3 stories.
A lot of times with those fours too, it's a
stories.
combo. Like they did a lot with all of them, but they're just kind of like reflective of the.
So the best thing about this book is it's the only one on census, and I'll have the only one on census.
What are you asking for that book?
$3,500.
It's not bad actually.
Yeah, which is
Jeez, that's really not that bad. Who got
for
it signed by
Stan's
Stan,
sake.
you know?
For I mean, when are you going to
No,
even see it?
I know that it was signed
Yeah,
years
Stan Lee
previously, and it exchanged hands a few
Danish first
times.
Galactus.
Now
The
it's
whole
finally
story.
with me.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah,
mine.
who you get
That's
it's
cool.
the
Can
pre-story
you talk
too
about
of
the
post.
face over here? It's an interesting book.
You know what? I don't know honestly too much about it. It's a Golden Age hero.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this.
But I really love the cover.
So
And it look, I mean, for this too, I think the 4.0 is a little bit light, and they have to think because of the white covering and everything else on this and how old it is. You know, for
If
a
he
while
would've
there,
graded this-
TGC was giving us a little bit break.
If he would've graded this
Especially
on site
older
3 years
took
ago,
into
that would've been a
consideration. I
6.0.
know they're a little bit more.
honestly, easily.
It don't look bad. I mean, that white is pretty
You're still doing
bright.
a
I
good
don't
job.
see
That
any-
is-
I took more looks at it
Yeah,
afterwards,
anything,
and then I looked at the notes.
So that right there, Reform
Absolutely.
Supergirl, is insanely difficult to find. It was used in one of the chapters for Seduction of the
This
Innocent.
is, yeah.
I mean, the cover's faded. But
all these early.
Yeah, it's 1.5 though. I mean, for Seduction of Innocence, because it
you're
was
not
used
gonna
for
find that.
Yeah, you're not gonna find it because they were destroying them.
Huh.
Yeah, the Skyman was 6.5 was dope too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the third time I saw this book.
That
Ooh, yeah, you pointed that out to me.
I'm not sure.
John
exactly,
Bird.
I
don't care about Resto.
But it was actually one of my Holy Grail books. So I've been wanting
Resto
that book
bothers
for a
me.
while, and it finally came up.
I'd rather it be, like, less.
So a customer might
I don't
want
know
to
why.
get rid of it. So
The
this
price?
was the inspiration.
No, the grade.
The robot was the inspiration for Bender for.
Yeah.
Like that's a 5.0
Yeah, that's the
resto.
best.
I'll
Whenever
take
they
a
refer
2.
to the
That's
Bender book,
unrestored.
Yep,
Because
this is it.
I don't care.
I saw one in Baltimore.
So I did see one in Baltimore.
Like 4 years ago, one of these went, and it was obviously a 6.0, and I think it went for 15. Like that's how crazy it is.
15,000.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Promise Collection one just closed.
Oh, you guys are talking about the Turtles
months
book,
ago
right?
on Heritage.
No,
It was
we're
rated
talking
at
about
like
that book selling in 6.0
Oh,
for
the
a couple
Schomburg?
years ago, 50,000.
Don't quote me, but I think it's like 250,000.
250,000 for the highest grade one we
Dude,
sold.
that
Still
still
seems cheap.
it was. Well, that one too seems kind of expensive. The guy put it up on the wall for 15, like because he wasn't planning on selling it, he was just trying to show it off. And
Yeah.
somebody came in. I think it was Raw. Somebody came in and was like, "Yeah, I'm in." So, man, that's crazy. That's a sweet book too. It is something. That's the third one I've ever seen. And that's,
Red dress
I mean,
distress.
he's right. It doesn't come up a lot.
He's got that 129 sold by the end. I mean, every 129 out there sold.
Yeah,
Here it is. That
Over
see that
and
bat
out.
fight thing? I'll show you. Oh, this is an interesting book that he's gonna tell you about.
So the Black Raiders.
Yep.
That's actually a Stan Lee cover. Stan
Yep.
Lee is actually photographed with toy guns.
That's Stanley in the photograph.
Yep.
That's him on the
That's
cover.
crazy.
Stanley on the cover. This is the bandit.
Mask and toy guns.
Some of this showgirls. Oh my god.
Retro is scary, Peter,
She's got some
but
crazy,
you don't
crazy
see
stuff.
that many of that book for the right price. I don't know, man.
Oh, this is the poster
Yeah,
I was
this
going
Peter,
to. Yeah,
not
this
me.
is kind of cool too.
Yeah,
These
Peter
guys.
Parker.
Oh, the bat fight.
Yeah, the bat fight.
I just
Flair is the
Ric
Joker.
Flair. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask how much?
Just 120.
125. Did you hear me? I'm just like, my heart broke.
One over there.
I know, I saw that.
Mr. Freeze was George Animal
That's got George
Steel.
Animal Steel though. You know, local. And agree.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always good.
It's funny too, because somebody pointed out the Joker, the Ric Flair Joker, looks like Mike Carvajal.
Okay, we're gonna mute what happens next because we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, we'll watch the rest of this. And the Joker tried to run me over with a truck one time, so
Remind me of his name again.
I'm not gonna tell you what his name is. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I want to
Ooh, look
make
at
sure
me.
that I want to make sure that I stop by and visit him and chat him and spend some time with him.
Oh,
every
who, this
convention
guy,
I go
Lauren?
to.
You're talking about Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not the guy that tried to run me over. Yeah, look, I couldn't figure out who the sketch was.
What did you sketch?
I-
Oh, Batman Upside Down.
Yeah.
It's because we're out shooting from, I couldn't see. I was like, I just looked at the front part. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Look at the top.
All right,
He's
so
looking
yeah,
that's
down.
Frank Miller
5
sketch.
and 600.
Booth 525.
525, and then he's gonna. I know a lot of you guys are going out to Baltimore, so go check him out in Baltimore too. Oh yeah, dude, this is cool. Look what he just picked up.
Oh yeah.
Not the money.
Ooh.
Vintage Voyage is why I know a lot of this stuff.
All right, thanks
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, Lauren's the best. To talk to him, he's got a he's got a fun sense of humor. He's a lot like David. These two guys, I'm not quite sure that David isn't Lauren just in our chat all the time. So he's definitely somebody to do that with.
What's his shop name or store name?
What's his name?
No, store
shoot.
name. The store, his shop or store.
I can't. Did he say it at the beginning? I'll get to you guys next. He must have said it at the beginning. Should we
So
go
people
back?
can look for him.
Hey, so this is Lauren. He's been around for a long time since he was a little one. He actually started working.
I don't know, man. I don't think he said it again. We'll play that. We have so much more video to go through. All right, let's do some tier list. Andy, you in for tier list, or you want more video?
Oh, I'm still here, man. I
right, cool.
I got about another half hour in me, and then I got to bail for bed.
All right, sounds good.
I hear
He's not part of Warp 9, no. He isn't part of Warp 9, Peter.
Well, this is the list that Marco gave me of stuff that was selling at this con.
Yeah, this is repeated selling stuff that sold pretty good at the con when I started asking everybody. And you'll hear it because we're going next. We still got to do the toys, the booth that I worked at, and then we got to do the 2 other booths. But go ahead, let's sing through the con. Let me see.
Well, I'm trying to think of how we framing this again, because again, it's based
pretty
off
much.
of, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, like books maybe you want to buy, books you like. I don't think books you think shouldn't be selling, whatever you want to base it off of. We'll
I guess
base it
gut
off
feeling on what people are
gut
buying.
feeling on what people are buying. If you think it's garbage that people are buying these books, put garbage in the chat that they're buying these books. If you think they're, none of these are garbage.
At market, that's right. That's how we talked about it. It's like,
Yeah.
if you think about it at market, is it a good idea to be buying this stuff now? Do you agree, disagree? That's how we're trying to frame
So
it.
we already talked about
Right.
this book. 6 of them sold. You couldn't get a deal on them, or not much of one. Like I know. So from asking price, because David asked earlier, it was the offer that was accepted was $200 cheaper than what the asking price was, and the asking price was at market. It was on last sold on GPA.
GPA?
So
What
Yeah.
is GP? Do you want me to pull up GPA right
I don't remember. No, it's all
Nah,
right.
we don't need to get into
We don't
specifics.
need to get that specific.
Just
So
Well-
ASM 129, is this a book that you'd be interested in buying currently at this time, even at the current price of whatever the market holds to it? No.
Only because I bought mine in 19 at Baltimore, and I know that I paid $1,500 for an 8.5 white pages in Baltimore.
Oh,
19.
that's the famous book. That's the book that made Andy famous. Simple Man and
Yes.
Him. This was his key grail. I actually have it at C. That's where I'm putting it. That's where I feel about this book right about now. It's kind of
Right
in the
now,
C type area.
I can't disagree right now with that. It's
Go ahead,
priced pretty
Country.
high,
Yeah,
all things considered.
I do. I think so too. I think it's priced pretty high. James got a C on it. Yeah, it's probably not getting any lower, I guess, but
I mean, what happens if Bernthal? What happens if Bernthal actually things solidify and he shows back up on screen as the Punisher?
yeah. Oh, I don't think the book's going down. I don't think the book's going down at all. I mean, every book takes a little bit of a bump, but I think for what they were selling for there and how many there is, I'm not quite sure today's the day I'm buying.
You know, I'm glad you brought this up. Again, I'm glad you touched bases on this because Friday morning when I walked in there, I was looking through. I was like, oh my God, ASM 129, 129, 129, 129. By Saturday morning, none. And I'm like, why does everything feel different? They're all gone.
They were all gone. So I think C. I think we're at the C range on this. I think that's kind of where we are overall. Of this.
I'm borderline with B, C.
Oh my
I do like it because Bernthal hops in all day.
Oh my God. Last sale of an 8.5 was $4,000.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that because I sold an 8.5 and I sold it for way less than that to go on.
They're putting it in B. They're putting it in B. Send it to B. Yeah, it's all got, it does. It's got all the potential to be an S. They're right. It does have all the potential to be an S.
It does. It does.
Yeah, very good.
It is. My only point about it is I think there's still time on that book. I think it's going to linger where it's at for a while. You don't have to buy it right this minute. You probably got another 6 to 8 months before you got to worry about anything.
So I'll tell you this. This was a book, Canto #1. The variant was a book that I looked at with a friend.
Variant? I didn't grab the variant.
Yeah,
I did grab variant for #4.
It's okay. And it was a really good deal. It was under market, but whatever, we're talking about at market. And I did exactly what Andy did with the book too, and walked around and thought about it for 30 minutes, and it was gone. Did you buy it, Andy?
No, there was only one dealer I found any Canto books at, and you must have grabbed them, or somebody else grabbed them early Friday before I got
Daggett's?
there. Yeah, that was the only place that I found any Canto books, and I had a Canto retailer instead of 9.8 there with me to trade, and not a single person wanted anything to do with it.
I can't believe how fast that book went, and Canto as a series went. I really can't. I mean, I think he's talking about. I think this is probably the hype is probably about it. That's a book where I was like, damn, I should have bought it because the price isn't too high, and that you see these people are actually going and buy. Like he's right, they wiped it all out, man. There's nothing left by the end of Friday. Well, and I think if you weren't buying
the dealers didn't want to quite touch that in a trade, the retailer incentive, because they don't quite know how to. It's a monster that a lot of people aren't comfortable with quite yet because it's gaining the heat as fast as I think you're going to drop that at an A.
Yeah, I think it's an A tier too. I do too. Yeah, I think what's the chat saying on that one?
Not to David.
Not to David.
Oh, more comments.
Hey.
Well, see now this is where I would debate these fine gentlemen just a little bit. I think we're in a buying pattern right now. I think Canto's dipped enough to be in a good buying pattern. When 9.8s are dipping down to the $600-700 range, those things trended well over $1,000 less than a year ago.
I mean, but if you have faith in it too, I mean that's kind of what it was because it's under 600 for it. That's where the offer was at, and I left. And he definitely
set the regular
incentive.
Well, because the regulars were all not all, but mostly pretty damaged and dinged up.
You got to have a really good presser that's going to be able to get enough humidity into that book without damaging it to get all those creases.
All right, we're taking a hit here, man. They are disagreeing with us in the chat all day. It looks like C for Canto. I know you guys think it's ridiculous. I'm going to hold this one down. You put this in C, and then me and Andy are going to come back when that comes out. And the fan base for it isn't us. I'm telling you this. The fan base for Canto is not us. But it's
me. I bought the original art. It's me. So I'm not
gonna lie. You? Yeah, okay.
Did you?
Well, it's you. It's not for me. Canto isn't for me. But I think that's always sometimes better. Like, why don't we not try to tell? Because that was it too. There was, and I know David's saying dealer to dealer, but there's actually a dealer that says we weren't selling to a lot of resellers, burn and turn guys, dirty floppers as they like to be called, or whatever they like to call themselves nowadays. Flippity flops or whatever they want to call themselves, but they were selling to a lot of fans, a lot of collectors.
Yeah.
And Canto is something that gets collected. And if you don't think collectors buy crap, go look at Star Wars because they sure shit buy stuff. So
yeah, and there really aren't a lot of these. To be fair, like Canto wasn't a heavily printed book. Like I know a lot of people feel like, oh, a lot of people are talking about it. They talked about it before it came out. But even with all that talk, They still didn't make that many.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't, and people can have their opinions on it, but don't sleep on it because it's not, like I said, maybe it's Andy, but it's not a lot of us that are buying it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not all in on Kanto, I guess so.
I mean, it's a risk.
Yeah, David.
To be fair, it is a risk. Like,
David, listen, man. In all honesty, I hear what you're saying. I'm also telling you, I was on the floor selling stuff. The fan base, what they are buying in different areas is crazy, and how much they're spending in cash. Now, mind you, and you can ask Peter Parker Pants, the cash machines were out by 12 and 1 o'clock every day. They refilled all 8 of them.
Let me hit on this topic real quick for just a split second. The fan base isn't buying that book at 700. The fan base at the con was buying that book at 700 cash because they're not paying shipping fees, they're not paying eBay fees, they're not paying taxes.
You get to see it.
700 for a 9.8 on the floor is actually really good deal. And I was buying, but I missed out.
You wouldn't believe
missed out.
You wouldn't believe. I hate to say it because it makes me sound like the old fuddy-duddy dude, like, these kids nowadays, the amount of money they're paying for this crap. Like, you would believe what younger people and the amount of money they have and what they're spending. Now, what are they spending it on? I mean, I always think about this. They're not spending on the same thing our parents spent it on. They're not spending on probably the same thing we were spending it on or whatever. But, like, it's weird that they have this much liquidity because it wasn't all credit cards. I was surprised at how much actual cash was coming out of folding wallets.
You gotta also remember, like, the times have changed. It's hard to accept, but we're getting older. Times have changed. Minimum wage is like 3 times what it was when we were kids.
I don't think 40 plus euro, but Superman's not doing that great. I don't think 40 plus. David, I'm telling you, I don't think you understand these 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds nowadays. I really don't. Yeah. And I'm not saying I get them either, bro. I'm just saying, like, what I saw is 20-year-olds whipping out $600-700 on the floor all day.
Yeah, you get a couple of dudes like in their mid to late 20s who have real jobs but have no real responsibilities yet.
Yeah,
and they ain't sneakerheads. They're not guys.
I got college tuition or whatever, loans to pay for, but I'll pay the minimums. They're not worried about that crap right now. Like,
yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not. And the market's different. I kept saying it out there. I was like, it's so weird because, like, what we think, like, wow, that toy is $5 used to be a lot for a toy. And these guys are going out there and buying it for like $30, like just for a basic, for you basic girl. Like, yep, $30 isn't the same to them as it is to us. And if $30 isn't the same to them than it is to us, then guess what else isn't? $200 ain't the same to them that it is to us. Because $20 isn't either.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, when I was 16, minimum wage was like $5. I made $5 an hour at Dairy Queen. Like, so that's an hour's worth of work. If minimum wage is now $15, the price is different.
Yeah, $3.75, by the way.
I'm older than Pete, and I'm exactly right in the middle, $4.25 an hour.
I'm telling you, it's different. Like, we remember the days you can say, "Give me $5 a regular." You got half a tank of gas. It's a different time now.
Dave, we can fight it all we want, or we could just ride the fucking wave, bro. At the end of the day.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. We got.
All right, what's up next? This is something that was big that sold there. You'll hear about it when Bill gives his final report. Lots of She-Hulk sold.
I'm jelly.
The buyer's stuff sold. I can't believe it did as fast as it did. And everybody had it, and everybody was selling it. and I think it was quick. I think.
Yeah, they were gone by Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's where they're going. It seems like with She-Hulk, so makes sense.
I mean, that's A right now because I don't even think that's even seen. I don't think that's even seen what it could be. And it wasn't just
prices. No, yeah, I think.
By the way, it wasn't, or just overall, I think it's a good buy at this con. I think it was a good buy at this con. I think the prices were very reasonable. And I even think like her first is like, I had a conversation. I guess I'll tell it because it was in that part that I sped up. So I guess we'll break the kayfabe on that too.
There are a ton though.
Yeah, but there was a ton, but he had it in a box for $20. And I was like, no.
Oh,
I was like,
Jesus.
Here.
Yeah.
This is a month ago. I go, you can't do this, Bill. And he's like, what? I was like, here you go, man. Take this out of your box, put it on the wall. The very next weekend, he went up, put it up for $240, sold it for $240. He's like, I thought it was in bad shape. I thought it was whatever. He's like, I didn't believe you. I put it up there. I sold it. And I said, where's my commission? He laughed. But the point of it is
$20 you were going to sell it for.
Yeah. But that was it. I was like, oh, you mother, I would have bought it for $20. But the point is, like, it's not, the question isn't, and it's not just the flippers. Like, there's guys that, I guess Ty that was in here earlier, and we've had him on Star Wars before. When I watch his videos and what he's going out and what he's buying and how much he's paying for it and what makes sense to him and how excited he gets, and he's not a flipper. He's a collector, which, by the way, all three of us, if you want to call us something, you call us a collector first. You want to call me a reseller, you can call me that afterwards. But you call me a collector first because all this shit doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I'm not hidden my. If you want to know my eBay handle, you can go see it on comicbookinvest.com. I share it. You can see my store. I'm not dumping. Like, you can see what I'm selling and what I'm
I'll
talking
open up a box for you. It's got a bunch of fucking Silver Age shit in it.
I don't sell
I'll
shit
buy a
because I'm
house.
too lazy and don't have time to sell shit.
But my point being is this: like, this isn't that. This is literally the new age of collecting. This is what they're doing. This is what kids are into. And you can either say, yeah, some of it's bullshit, right? The hot thing for a fucking day where it's one book sold, yeah, that's bullshit. But when you're on a con floor and you're seeing this, and guys have empty trailers from out of state, the stuff's selling, man. So
Yeah, sex sells, and She-Hulk sex definitely sells. This shit was gone before Friday was ever over. And I'm sad that I'm taking notes on Friday, walk around looking. I'm like, yes, I want to come back here. I want to come back here. And by the time I got back to these booths, She-Hulk stuff was gone.
Yeah, I mean,
and easy to find. That crap's been cleared out. I'm not talking about. We're not also talking about just every She-Hulk book,
bro.
Not every She-Hulk book is worth a ton of money, but you know the ones that are. And if you don't, there's plenty of places that will tell you the books that are of interest. Those are the ones that right now, honestly,
are going.
They're not overpriced.
Yeah.
With the way things have hit, I mean, we're
This
going
is
to get
another
to a book in a minute. We're going to
this
get to
is
one of the
another-
books in a minute that I had a shot at $30, but the only reason I didn't get it for $30 is somebody bought it before me. But we'll get to that. I'll tell that
By the
story.
way, that She-Hulk line, when it was in the dollar bids, I was like Dave laughing, going, nobody's buying this shit.
I
And
was.
passed on it
and
20
I got a
times
few.
over. Passed on it 20 times. The number one I did, but the other ones I
The
passed on
jump rope,
25.
the Demi Moore looks like she's pregnant but holding the beach ball, all that stuff.
Yeah, here we go. So Avengers, this is Avengers. It's actually Kang. Everything Kang. Originally, they were like, yeah, it's just the Avengers number 8. But then they recorrected themselves. They were like, no, if it's on a cover, if it's on a whatever.
Yeah,
Now, is this more of a spec play? I think maybe. I think this is more of a spec play. But what it's selling, but it's also, I mean, the fans kind of like it too. So, I mean, I don't know. Where would you guys put the Kang?
I like it, but prices are hot. Like, prices jump fast.
I'm with Pete. I'm with Pete throwing this. I want to throw this at a C because I saw $80+ price tags on the book and it wasn't moving fast. And I think we're in a lull of information and things are slowing down, and dealers are getting the prices that they're trying to get the prices they want to see, but it's not quite what the fans want to pay.
I think the good dealers were, and a couple of them were all pretty much sold out of this stuff. And I think you're right. The $80 price tag was too high. If you're willing to take it for what the market is bearing on it, then you're doing a really good job. I mean, that's what people were asking for. And I think, you know what, Dave, I hope Dave's in the Midwest. Dave, I like this guy. I really do. I'm going to take him on the tour one day. If he's on the Midwest, you let me know. You don't have to let everybody else know, Dave. You can hit me in the DMs. I'm more than happy to take you on a con floor for a weekend and kind of, you can go behind the scenes and listen to and see what's going on. And if you disagree with me after that, then hey, it's cool. But I just, it's one of those things.
I'm with Andy. It's in the C just because prices shot up so fast, and we have a lull. We do have a lull. Everything got pushed, so everything got bumped a little bit. So
This
I think
is what
prices
I
are going to be
couldn't
stagnant
believe.
for a little while.
I don't get this. I don't get this at all. But it was, people were looking for it and people were buying it. And they were buying it without stamps. They're buying it with stamps. They were buying it any way they could get it. I don't understand it. I
What were
don't
they
get it.
paying?
What it was being asked.
I don't know. This book wasn't even on my radar at the show.
That's what I'm telling you. This book kept disappearing.
Everybody's looking for the next big thing. They
it was a
they were
sleeper.
rumored to
It
have a
was one that
show,
was-
movie, whatever.
It was one of the ones where I go around and go, what surprised you? This was on a lot of people's surprise we were selling this list.
Huh.
So that's a creeper. Like, that's good right now because the price isn't too huge. And it's also like, it's a quiet sleeper. That's kind of what we're doing here, is letting you know what was going. I mean, I think
These are what
So
people
does
are
this-
spending their money on.
Does this make that S rank for you guys? Because I didn't even pay attention.
No, I
to this
wouldn't
book.
go.
would go
I'm
S.
border here.
I put in B and C because I still have no reason why it was selling.
Really?
But I don't question it. You know what
I think it has potential because again, they rumored there was supposed to be a silver and black, silver sable, black cat thing, which I know doesn't turn a lot of people on, but if they do get something and it hits, I mean,
I
come
think
on,
I do
this
think
book
it's
could be
a
something.
ASM, and that's where we're gonna hit the next one. I think it was an ASM key, and ASM as a whole, especially the Silver Ages or keys, did really. Did we put it all as one group someplace? Maybe I can hit them up next.
Oh, the run fillers?
Yeah, the run fillers. Where was it? Just pull it up. So ASM run fillers. That's kind of one we're gonna put on here.
I'll find it. There it is.
Is it? Nope. That's
No, I did it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. So ASM run fillers. I mean, this stuff was selling. Obviously, it's always hot, but there was actually some really good prices. I got a bunch of the McFarlane runs pretty inexpensive for pretty. They were pretty good grade. I know Dom got some too, and it just was all over the place. Everybody was saying that, which I mean is always hot, but like I didn't think the prices for the minor / key / decent run fillers, even like the cameos of Carnage, that type of stuff, was I thought it was pretty inexpensive for what it was going for. And I think if we're going to do something in S tier, this would probably be towards the S tier portion.
You want to S tier the run fillers, huh?
I do. I think it's a good. I mean, it's great buys right now because it was actually pretty cheap.
Well, I thought I was going to be high because I always like talking about run fillers. I like collecting runs. I'm still trying to do my own ASM run. Still trying to do my Uncanny run. I get it, and you can fill a lot of a run in cheap bins, dollar bins, $1 boxes, $2 boxes. You can find them if you're patient and just look. You make a list and you just check them off as you go. You're not going to get everything. You're not going to get the big keys, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the run fillers. But S, yeah, I mean, I guess there's potential there.
I mean, I think why I think it is because I think everybody's forgetting about it, right? Like, who said it? Somebody in here, Comic Journey said, ASM always sells. He's right. But with so much other stuff like this, yeah, I don't get Kanto, actually. I don't understand it. I just know it sells. Same thing with ASM 9. Like,
I don't know. I was at an A.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think for what it is, there's so much good stuff out there. There's so many of them coming up, and people are just picking out like 300 and Black Hat and all these major.
Oh, I know.
Keys. There's a lot of good stuff you can still get out there. I don't understand how first cameo of a character that's on the screen is making it into your $10 boxes.
$10 box. They're in dollar box. You can get like
dollar boxes. I mean, yeah, whatever.
You can get 359s in dollar boxes, and don't forget the Carnage cameos in 359 before he cameos in 360.
Well, 360
before we talk about him as Cletus Cassidy.
What I'm saying is, like any of those books under $10, there's people there's other cameos that do well above $6 a copy. Come on, and for a character like ASM, I'm putting an S. Yeah, S.
All right, what do you think, Andy? I feel weird putting it here. I feel A.
I think Marco's right with SB. I feel like ASM run fillers have been undervalued and overlooked for quite a long while, to be honest with you. And a lot of the minor keys have been catching heat to the point where people have decided to spend some time on filling the runs, and that's just catching more and more attention. I'm kind of with Marco on this. I really wish I would have paid more attention to this and picked up a lot of these books in the last couple of years. And I really wish I wouldn't have sold my ASM 50.
Oh yeah, I need one. You shouldn't have.
I sold 3 of them, and I wish I wouldn't have either.
It just doesn't slow down.
No,
the stupid NFT went like that this week.
Yeah,
did it?
I completely forgot about it. Stupid NFTs and bots.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's good. It's like the Disney stock of the comic book world. It always.
This is a really good precursor to. X-Men run fillers. If you're an X-Men fan and you want to fill your run, fill it now.
We buy it all the
time. You're absolutely right. Now's the time. Go grab those uncannies out of those boxes.
This is your precursor. ASM fans always seem to be 2 steps ahead of X-Men fans, and you're going to see that X-Men run filler situation get really hot in the next year or 2, in my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just based on what I've seen over the last 5 to 6 years. X-Men always trails ASM trends by about a year or so.
So here's what I'll say. The DC collector typically is in my experience, 10 years, is more of the run collector. Valiant was the same way. They collect a ton of runs. But typically it's a DC person as far as Batman, as far as Justice League, as far as Superman. Marvel always had ASM as its standard bear holder for that. But I think Andy's 100% right because I'm doing it too. I talk about it all the time. I'm putting together run after run after run of X-Men.
We talk a lot about X-Men here.
Yeah, if you don't, but we're also huge X-Men fans.
Yeah, that's
so
why
if you don't want to be paying huge dollars for minor keys that are overpriced, I would suggest that you start picking up your X-Men runs right now too.
Yep.
Yeah. Go get your first Reavers. Go get your first, oddball X-Men. Now's the time.
Maybe. I mean, you might be right, David, but we run a little bit of a different show than other places too. I hear you. All right. Well,
I can't wait for some of these other books you're about to get to.
This book right here.
I know Andy's got to get to bed. So
sorry. Yeah, I don't know what book this is. I don't know what to think about this.
It's just Boba Fett.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Like we got to understand here that the Disney investors meeting is coming up in the next 4 to 6 weeks. We've got to understand that we've been in a quote unquote Star Wars lull for the last 4 months, if you will.
4 to 6 months. You started seeing 6 months ago drop. Yeah.
I think now is this book is treading on ice. It's either gonna get lightning hot again, or it's gonna kind of crash a little bit, in my opinion. It all depends on how book of Boba Fett goes, really. In my opinion.
Yeah, great. I was actually surprised that you were surprised at how much you got offered for this book for 42.
I got offered a $400 trade for an 8.5 white pages, and that was from a dealer. And that was pretty much GPA going rate for that book.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that. And unfortunately, I didn't have the assets to make up the rest of the other part of the trade
to get what you wanted.
But at the end of the day, I'm glad I still walked away with that additional copy of 42.
Yeah.
Because this could go really well. That Disney's investors meeting is going to bring more renewed interest to Star Wars. Then Book of Boba Fett's going to drop in December.
I think that book as a whole, 42, I don't know why Pete put 68 because that's a bullshit book. But 42 as a whole.
Just because it was the way Boba Fett was peeking. Well, it's actually not Boba Fett, but the way the armor was peeking out was a good filler for that space. 42,
I think, has been a book that for some reason, you see stuff like Heir of the Empire selling for what it does. Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's the first Dengar. Come on, guys. Dengar.
There's 4 first appearances in this book, if I remember right?
It's huge. And you get 3 of the best on the front cover. I mean, it's a great cover. It looks awesome. It was like the key when there was no key Star Wars books, it was a key Star Wars book, right? For Star Wars collectors, for fanboys. This has always been one. I think I got 10 copies of this book because whenever you saw it, you're like, yeah. And it's the first book that you paid more money for.
JJ's bullish.
I think it's S. I think it's a really even for an 8.5 for that book in that time of era, I think that's underrated price. But I'm also a Star Wars guy, so
it's still priced pretty well right now.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest. I'm with Marco. As nervous as I am about what potentially could go wrong, I've got to let go of those fears and realize I'm putting this at an S with Marco. Because this is probably one of the last really good chances people have of getting this book at a quote unquote affordable rate for the time.
I think buying this book now is S tier. I think if you don't have this book
I was at an A, guys, but
I think you should. I think it's not that far. There's chance going with S too. Solid, yeah.
I think the prices are pretty high already.
That's what I'm saying, Comic Journey. This is exactly what I'm saying. There's a lot of shows out there that are pumping books or coming up with lists and whatever. This isn't a pump book. This is legitimately what Star Wars collectors, any Star Wars collector will tell you this is a book.
I'm not sitting here I'm not going to sit here and pump Star Wars 42 because I'm going to turn around some. I've only got 2 copies and I'm holding so far. There's no reason for me to pump this book besides being a big fan.
It's S.
You want to know?
We also get it from Solo Wookiee, and we get it from Obi.
Yeah. You want to know what could be a good play here is pay attention to 9.6s and 9.4s. I think those are undervalued. When a 9.8's over $4,000.
So we were talking
very, very good point.
So another thing that I don't think we add to the list was G.I. Joe. This and G.I. Joe we were talking about this week because there were things that were selling, and these were run-through books. People would slam.
Everybody cleared out the G.I. Joe books out of the dollar bins. They used to be in dollar bins forever.
But they were all gone. The problem is, so with Star Wars books, both of these were in dollar bins forever. I got yelled at from my partner before for buying 3 years ago a full run of original Marvel Star Wars
and original GI Joes got yelled at, paid $200 for the full run. Like, man, you're buying some bullshit.
All right, I've got to quickly correct myself on the fly here. Last sale of a 9.8 was $3,600, and last sale of a 9.6 was $1,213. 9.6s are undervalued. When you use the rule of halves when it comes to slabs, 9.6s generally trending about half of what a 9.8 costs means that there's stability there.
It's so weird that's how it's going now. That is so weird.
But
I remember when the 9.6 wasn't like, it was like a tenth of the price. Like it was like not if you didn't have the 9.8, then 9.6 was like, yeah.
But 9 last sale of a 9.4 was $761, and so there's this weird camel.
It is weird, but
it's the book, man.
9.6 is a crack and a prayer. Could be a 9.8 the next time you throw that thing.
Look. This is how it is. I got a 9.8 Matina Thrawn. That book is fucking way the fuck overpriced. The fuck overpriced. Okay, hear that. This book is underpriced.
I cracked a 9.6 newsstand and sent it to Jimmy, the geek aficionado, and got it pressed and clean. And I held my breath, and it was still a 9.6. It was worth it, though. It was worth what we had into it. I think
that's what it's going to be. I think 42 is going to be the one where it's like it doesn't matter what grade you get it in. All grades are going to be good in 42.
Yeah, I better buy more. God bless America. You guys are.
I'm fine with my roll. I'll just sit with that.
My wallet is screaming right now, and I'm about to buy more.
Oh, dude! Hey, next time you can come over to the compound, Andy. I'll bring you over to the compound. You can check out what's over here, dude. You'll start crying. All right, Moon Knight. But we did this. Holy shit! Another book that I love, and I mean, you guys know I like this run.
This book infuriates me.
Yeah, I cannot believe the prices though on this. I S tier the book and my love for that run. I C tier what the fuck people are paying for Moon Knight books. S tier because I love it. C tier what? $5 what? Huh?
I'm just saying my Moon Knight one was $5.
Yeah, $5. All of a sudden I turn around, people are paying $100 raw for that shit ass book. I love it, but
that's where I struggle. That's where I struggle with it. 2019 Grand Rapids Comic Con, way north of where I live. I saw a dealer with 40 copies of this book on his back wall at $10 a pop, all newsstand, all near mint plus. And I'm like, Andy, you need to buy all of those. And I'm like, no, you don't, Andy. That book will be around another day. And here we are, year and a half later, almost 2 years later, and just somebody punched me.
No, David, you want to know why I don't think it is? Because when I was a kid, that was my first experience into Moon Knight was Moon Knight 1. But this is, Andy, see, this is why I always say ask an opinion, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, is because I got the same story. But the guy that I run, that we sell comics with, he always is like, you're a fan, stop being a fucking fanboy, don't go there and buy 10 of those copies. And he's like, they're $20 a piece. I was like, no, bro, it's Moon Knight's that dope. And people are going, he's like, it's not, like he said what David said, that's not even the 10 best Moon Knight book out there, blah, 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 bullshit. Yeah, well, he's fucking wrong.
People get priced out of the other ones, they start to look to their other options. And this is
I think some people remember that series too. Nostalgia, the price of nostalgia is a motherfucker. Cocaine and nostalgia. Two of the worst drugs you can ever have.
As Joe said with the Spotlight, I commented to somebody on YouTube that I passed up on a Pence Spotlight to buy the Stephen Platt Moon Knight books. And I was like, you know what? I'll grab the Pences next week because they'll be there. The fucking things weren't there. They weren't there next week. And this was like years ago. This is before Moon Knight got hot. This was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah. I just said, you know what? I'm getting the Splats right now because these will be gone.
Yeah, the Splats. I can't believe the Splats went.
The Pence, I bought them, but it's like the Pences will be there next week. You don't need to buy them all right now. Just get these, come back next week and get the others.
They're gone. I got a lot of those Splats too. What is Parrot Comics saying here? What is it? I don't even.
It's emojis. He loves you.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm too old. I don't know.
It's him. He's peeping. He's peeping on the chat. Perry's peeping people's people, and he's a peeping Tom.
I'm okay. You're okay. Tom joke. I'm okay.
Andy's cooler than I am. There you go.
I just know Perry. Perry's cool people.
No. I just don't. Yeah, no. I'm not saying he's not. No, I really don't. Comic. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. Hell of a drug.
Wow.
There you
Cocaine.
Go.
It's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine. Hell of a drug. So it's nostalgia. All right. Next up. Eddie's like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Too.
All right, here we go. This is for Andy.
We do. I'm aware. I'm keenly aware of the time.
What time is it? Oh my God. We're running really late. All right, we might have to do a part 2 for this. All right, Image Black and Walking Dead Black and White Label.
Right now. So this book is a conundrum for me and where I'm going to put this on this list, because there is the show is finally coming to an end. The last season, if it hasn't ended, it's damn near close to end. Thank God. A lot of the fans have been waiting for this to be done and keel over and died and be over with. But now, what I was anticipating as a lull in information, they've rolled right into renewed information as far as another spinoff series, and that spinoff series also renewing interest in the movies that they're going to be doing with Rick Grimes,
which I thought they'd forgotten about. I was like, what happened to Rick Grimes?
You did say that, yeah.
I think so. This list is about buying potential, right?
It's about everything. If you like the book, like
your general feeling,
like that's why the Moon Knight stuff stayed up high, because I'm a fanboy. So
so my wife and I bought a Walking Dead while we were dating, and we actually sold it and paid for our entire open bar at our wedding. We have a history with this book.
Congratulations.
We have we had a 9.8. We want another 9.8 back. My problem with this book is I don't want to pay the prices that this book is at right now. I feel like this book is overpriced and overvalued and overhyped, but we're talking about a book that has a somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 print run. The exact number escapes me. You've got the Black Mature Readers label on there, and that Black Mature Readers, the communities agree that the Black label is a little bit more sought after than the White label. It's a book that that my family has a history with that we really want, but I don't want to pay $4,800 asking price on eBay for the damn book.
No shot.
Yeah, no, it's
I think I think we're in that CD range, unfortunately.
I was going towards D, but I was struggling with bringing it up to a C. I think the book is overpriced and overhyped.
I'm with you, and that's the point. That's it again. It's gut feeling, and that's my gut feeling too. Is right now it's way too damn expensive.
We got an A and a B, and we got 3 Ds. So
got an A from Obi.
Steve, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm fully aware of the fact that I can be completely wrong, and I need to eat my own words. In
No,
due time.
I don't think you're wrong. I think we have to we have an A and a B there. We can't put in D. Well, it's 2 to 3.
It's
what
only
do we got?
1 A and 1 B. We can get a couple of.
Let's put it this way. A dealer was asking $1,900 for a 9.6 at Motor City and brought the book home. I think $1,900 for a 9.6.
Again, guys. At market, that's what we're talking about. Like at the price they're at right now. I get it. You like the book. I like the book too. But where it's priced right now, this is the time to buy.
No, probably not. All right. Well, what do we do with Moon Knight? Where do we put Moon Knight? Moon Knight's too high.
Moon Knight up.
Yeah, because Moon Knight's got to be in D2. I think I love it to death, but it's way overpriced.
It is pretty.
It's way overpriced.
I'm fine with that too.
Hence my purpose for trying to trade my way to a Walking Dead, so that I didn't have to pay my way into a Walking Dead.
This is interesting. Don't know anything about this book.
Yeah.
All I know is they're selling for like $65 a pop, and there was only 1 left at the end of the weekend.
I already marked it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. What is it? Okay, fair enough.
I don't give a shit. I love Jenny. Don't get me wrong. I love Jenny Frison. I love art, but there is nothing about this book that makes me say I need to have this.
Dude, Pete kept asking me like, what? I kept getting the title of this fucking book wrong. Pete kept asking me, "Oh, do we need to see what it is?"
You were like Man-Eaters? I was like, this book?
I was like, no.
Man-Eaters? Really?
I had to go back and watch the video. Andy, what do you think?
I love Jenny Frison and I love foils and I love the color of this book, cover of this book, but I feel like this is just the next hot book that people are going to forget about 2 weeks later. So
the problem is you can get one that has like the trade dress on it for a hell of a lot cheaper. So what? That's they cut themselves off the legs when they just we're going to sell you a version. We'll put foil on it, and that'll.
All I'm saying is there was a bunch of copies. There was 1 left. I'm telling you guys what's sold. I don't know shit about this book. I don't care.
Comic Journey.
What's that?
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Was Comic Journey said it perfectly. Flavor of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, because come next week, those same copies that we're selling for, like, what were you saying, like 60? They're going to be struggling to sell it for 50. And they're going to be, all right, well, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a trash book too, but good. Hey, sell people what they want, I guess, is the whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Pay what you want for if you want it. because you never know, it might not be there. I said the same thing about that Spider-Gwen in Indy Huck Lee, and I'm like, I'm not paying ratio for this 1/100, and then all of a sudden that's like $1,000 raw book, and I'm like, well, I screwed up.
All right,
it happens.
This might have been because he was there signing.
He was there. That's why.
That
it was selling.
It was selling. I mean, not selling for huge dollars. You know, it was selling for just what it was, a little bit under market.
Dealers made the right choice and put Donny Cates packages together for people to pick up, buy, and go get in line to get signed from Donny Cates.
And they had them priced under market.
Yep.
And they were good. I mean, they were selling. I don't know. I don't think the price is that high.
There's a value in getting these now.
People like them. I mean, we don't.
I'm not saying it's not bad to just read, but I feel like as soon as Al Ewing's run starts, what? Donny Cates wrote this book? Oh yeah, he did.
How is the Albuquerque Thanos 13 doing? People can complain all they want about Donny Cates and what he does on the interwebs. Just like I said, I don't care what you do on the interwebs.
The Albuquerque Thanos actually still sells.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just don't get fired. And guess what Donny Cates ain't going to do? Get fired.
Yeah.
So at the worst, you got to have him in C. Because Albuquerque's still doing damn well.
I was kind of leaning towards C just because of the spec play with the
Cosmic Ghost Rider, our worst character.
Yes. You're thinking Null
or Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm fine as long as it's down in the bottom half.
Here, we'll go with the chat. D and B, so we get a C. It should be a nickel. I'm not disagreeing.
Roll it on. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Next one. Here we go. Another one for Andy.
Now you're talking my language right here.
Saga 1 was did we mention already how quickly that shit left the floor?
Well, not only that, but when I got on the floor, was shortly 2 steps behind all the exhibitors and all the vendors. Saga number 1 was almost virtually non-existent for the standard fan walking in the door and anybody that had advance passes. Saga, there was 198 on the floor, 196 third print, and I saw no raw copies. There may have been raw copies, but I didn't find any.
It's funny when we play the Kirk stuff, and you probably won't be here for Dag. When we play Daggett comic stuff, he's got a 9/8 up there. He's like, I had like 8 or 9 watchers. He said the price jumped, blah blah blah. I said that's bullshit because the week before we were at Great Lakes Con, we put that up for a 9/8. We had the same thing. People were going, why is it expensive? The very next week, it was $20 more on those dealers' walls, and it sold for asking price across the board. They were flying out there. Nobody bought ours, but the very next week, that shit was popping.
Well, we all heard Saga's coming back.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well,
that's what Dad said.
Let's look at it this way: the prints, not even the books, the cover prints of 55 from New York Comic Con signed by Fiona and by Brian K. Vaughan are hitting almost $400 for a print on eBay.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
No, seriously. They're selling for the last couple of auctions have ended around $350 or so.
Now, I can't vote on this book because I actually love this series.
Okay, so Saga is a book that if that 9/8 is $800, I'll buy it. If it's $900, I'll buy it. If it's $600, I'll buy it. I can't vote on it either. I need the chat to step up and vote on this. And I need Pete to really talk about this book because
I don't think it does.
You guys have seen my Saga collection, right?
Yeah, it's behind you. We can see it. For those that can't see it, let's put it up there for.
There you go. There you go. There.
Oh, what, my Motor City?
No, I messed this up. Hold on. How does this work again? Okay, here we go.
You just drag Andy to the top spot. There you go.
There you go.
This is only
there you go.
This is half of my Saga collection. We have a completed run of number 1s, including the Comic-Con India version. Yeah. And there's right over my shoulder the retailer.
That's the retailer incentive. Yeah, and there you go. So I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm out on this because I'm thinking still. I mean, we were willing to sell one too for what we thought was an exorbitant amount, and then this week it wasn't. You would have saved $20 buying it for us for last week. I mean, we literally put it up there just so people could be like, "Oh, if I ever need a Saga 1, I know where I can get an overpriced Saga 1."
Well, I'm with David. I'm at least here.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I also really do believe in Saga. I still have to catch up on reading it.
I don't think this hurts it at all.
I fell behind and I paused. I'm like, well, it's not coming back yet, so I don't have to read this now. So
Double J brings up a really good question there.
Yeah, here we go. This is JJ from the Star Wars Tales from the Dark Side show. Make sure you watch this Sunday on Rennavision. Or you can also sign up. They sign up casts on Tales from the Flip Side on Sunday also. Whatever your favorite channel is, please just get a thumbs up. Go ahead.
I don't think this Y's failure hurts the potential of Vaughn's other properties like Saga, because I think Y will be water under the bridge and be completely forgotten about years down the line if, and it's a very big if, Saga ever gets any sort of
It's
option.
never going to. That's the one part that doesn't matter about
Yeah.
Saga. I disagree
Yeah.
on that. And I've talked to JJ about this before.
It's
The
separate.
Saga thing is the book. It's not. It does not matter about options.
But to answer his question, I don't think it hurts Saga's potential.
No,
Whether or not it's
that's
going to be
why.
an option, why doesn't hurt its potential.
Why? And that's why I think that's why is because it's not actually based on ever being. I mean, he has said before, and so is Fiona. It's never getting optioned.
You know,
And
what
that guy.
you know what a
option
lot of people talk about in the YouTube community about creating content that is evergreen? Saga is a comic book that is evergreen.
Hey, where can you get like a 600-pound troll, 70-foot, 600-pound troll with a very small wank ear?
With
No?
a giant set of nuts just dangling out.
Dangling everywhere with random hair sticking off of it. I mean, that's the only place, right?
Yeah, and I don't think Y hurts it, because also I don't think Y is dead. I mean, everybody's writing Y off to say that canceled. I think it's going to be on HBO Max for the rest of the way, personally, but we'll see.
I can't stop talking about Saga. I want to try to get Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona on an interview on my own channel.
Fine.
If you do, I'm okay. S tier, go ahead. If you
Fine.
do, I'm suckering myself onto that. Set it so it's done. All right, this is kind of an interesting story. This is through a friend of mine.
Asbestos man.
Yeah. So this kid walked up to their wall and was like 11 years old because the guy asked them, what is his name? Is it mid? It's mid. I don't know what his tag thing is. I think it's Midwest Comics, Mid Michigan Comics. Yeah, that's it. Mid Michigan Comics. He was over there. He's actually one of the Detroit boys. He goes, bro, this is coolest thing ever. 11-year-old goes, hey, you got asbestos, man? And then he goes, how much is it? It was way out of his price range. But my boy, B. Smith, being the legit dude he is and excited about 11-year-old being excited just like he was when he was a little kid, goes, really? Asbestos? Yeah. Went over and handed the kid the book, pulled it out for him, let the kid touch it, let the kid take a picture with it. And then when the kid's like, so can we work a deal on it? He said, sure. Looked at the parent, and the parent went, no deal to be nowhere close to a deal we can make on this book. But I put it on the list because I thought it was kind of cool that, like, kids know this book. I don't know if you guys know.
I don't know why they know this book, but you briefly mentioned it to me. That's why I put it in A.
Yeah, I put it in A because like, it's
like the story.
But like early on, there's the kids over, the kids there down in Kentucky that we had done interviews with, and they knew all these books too. And it was their dad got them to comics. That was one thing I'll say about Motor City that was kind of cool. About a decade ago, if you saw somebody with a stroller, you're like, just like cosplayers, you're like, they ain't got no money. They're a waste of time as a dealer, right? I mean, everybody'd say it. Now you see full families. Like this is like, and you see guys that have been coming for the last 10 years and their dad, and they're bringing their kids now to this. And this is just an experience where they're seeing it. This is their carnival. And this is where they're buying overpriced sugar water, but instead of sugar water, well, no, I will say they were buying over-ass priced sugar water, but they're also, playing the rides. They're paying the money for it. It's crazy experience. So I have it. The story alone, A tier. I thought it was super duper cool.
I think it's cool. I mean, who knows where Asbestos Man can go, right?
11-year-old, bro. 11. I couldn't. And Smith is like the coolest dude too. He's just super calm. He's like, okay. He's like, well,
we don't have any disputes from the chat, so we're leaving.
I go, he was like, I go, did he buy the book? He's like, the parents give him this no shot. All right, Zantana. Everything's Zantana, which I also was kind of surprised at. Brad said it. I said, oh, the Hawkman 4 book?
I'm biased. I only picked the Hughes covers.
I know, you didn't put Hawkman 4 here. But he said, no, all
He's not on the
Zantana
cover.
was
That's
selling.
why I didn't put Hawkman 4 there. We all know. We can say it and tell people, but looking at the cover is not going to be like, oh, look at that Hawkman on a blue sky. That screams Zatanna to me.
It's an interesting, I mean, I knew like 4 years ago this was hitting hot, or 3 years ago it was hot, all the Hughes covers or whatever. And then it kind of died off.
League Dark Talk.
Yeah. But what's going on? Why is this thing? I don't watch the spec shows or whatever. I don't know why. Like I said on that video, I'm glad.
At one time they were supposed to be doing a Justice League Dark movie, and then it died.
But that's not today.
I know. The idea is still there. So they always recycle ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Constantine, my favorite character on DC, isn't doing too well.
They're bringing him back, right?
I'm torn with this because, pun intended, I just don't see the legs in this. Like, in all seriousness, there are gorgeous covers, but what legs does the character have beyond a single movie? Or
No, if they maybe, but if they do Dark Justice League,
this is where you're educating me
She's
here.
not
This is
going
where
to
you're
be the
educating
main
me.
draw.
yes, yes, she is. If you get somebody to dress like Santana in Dark Justice League, believe me, but I was at a con and saw a lot of very voluptuous women at that con, and a lot of creepy, sweaty dudes trying to take pictures with them. I tell you this, they do that character right. And some fishnets. That ain't my show. I mean, I like women and all, like them all sizes. But I'm just saying, I'm not sweating about it. But I know there's going to be a bunch of dudes running to go see that. And in Dark Justice League, because the character's so crazy, it's so crazy. And once they're putting her damn cat in the freaking pets thing. I mean, you got to be. And he's right. The Hawkman 4, people just keep going on that one. DC Silver Age keys are big, man.
And let's
not get it. And you don't have to explain the sexy covers to me. You see what I got? I got the Motor City Nakayama because it's a sexy cover. I'm fine with that. But outside of that, she says shit backwards. That's it. She says shit backwards and it happens. That won't play that well on screen.
Bro.
I'm just saying.
Dude, all I have to say, Harley Quinn. What the fuck? And people are naming their daughters it. Their dogs,
because
their cats.
You can make Harley Quinn whatever you want. We can objectify her. We can not objectify her.
You can do the same thing with Zatanna.
They can make her whatever they want.
You can do the same thing with
Zatanna. Rich of a history. This Zatanna literally just says shit backwards, and things happen.
Bro, you think anybody's reading Hawkman 4? Dude, they didn't even complain with no.
You nail this casting, nail a movie, and you're gonna see a resurgence of cosplay.
Look at this.
And people.
They're going. Hey, the chat's already going wild.
I love her. Yeah, JJ's right on point.
Yeah, they're going
all right.
already.
Now we're talking.
Tell me that she's better than Dark Justice League. They're already going crazy. You can't put that in C tier.
All right, where do you want it then?
I want it in A, but it would probably B.
B for booty.
Harley ain't done. David, people are getting tattoos of some comic chick. No, Harley ain't done either. Dude. Look, as long as dudes aren't going to put on deodorant when they go to Comic-Con, Harley ain't done. This chick ain't. There ain't no chick done in comics.
Her longest solo series ran 16 issues. Couldn't even make it 2 years.
And what?
That's what I'm saying.
And what? Harley
That's
Quinn.
That's all I'm saying.
Dude,
people forget.
Isn't Kevin Smith's kid named Harley Quinn too?
Yep.
He got money to not name his kids some dumb shit.
People keep buying Harley. They've pushed Harley. They put DC has placed Harley as the fourth face on their Mount Rushmore, along with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They've put Harley there. They've given her that status. All of the movies that they've made are based around Harley. Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad. They've made her a fixture of the universe. Zatanna, it's going to be a tougher sell because of the fantastical, magical nature.
I actually disagree with this. I think because
that's like saying Doctor Strange is a tougher sale.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. All you got to do look, you get DC slappies. All you got to go is this is a historical character, been around since the early Silver Age. Hawkman 4, DC slappies, blah. They're good.
Backwards.
Oh, all right,
shit backwards, and that's magic.
Great.
Yeah, hey, look, AH covers, bro. That's all I'm saying. That shit's gone.
Adam Hughes.
I love the Adam Hughes covers. I still want them.
Oh no, she said she's better. Shit backwards. Wait, is my mic working, or am I just yelling into my?
You're just whispering to yourself.
Yeah, buy one for me and I'll ship it to you backwards too.
Right. It is. It's literally. I've been yelling in here, and it's not.
I'm sorry. I'm poking fun at you, P.
No. It's. Good.
I just wanted to play heel for a little bit. It was kind of fun.
Okay, good. Heel's always great. What's this? Oh,
let's get through
Bob's
this.
Burger.
Oh, now I'm hungry.
Yeah, dude. Bob's Burger, legit.
I kind of am too.
This is really getting a following, isn't it?
It is. It's getting a following.
I can't watch it.
It is. It wasn't just Bob's Burgers. There's other stuff, but we use Bob Burger to kind of do all the.
Well, no, it's I can't watch Bob's Burgers because I hear Archer and I just can't. I can't separate.
Yeah,
that
I
can't separate the voice. I just can't.
I don't know. I think it's probably you better get it because it's about to be gone. I'm telling you right now, this is about to be gone, and it's well overpriced. It's almost to the point that I wouldn't be willing to pay for it, and you're not going to find it in any cheap.
There's a lot of variants too, by the way.
Well,
that and Sonic was selling too.
Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out Sonic's to show, so I didn't. Pick
It's all right.
Sonic.
That's it. It's Bob's Burger and Sonic's 2-for-1 special.
So, what gives this legs more than say Sonic? Well, let me rephrase that real quick here. This feels like a Rick and Morty play here. Rick and Morty got hot, it got fast, it got heavy, it got sweaty, and then things got quiet. Rick and Morty's still holding some value, but I feel like Bob's Burgers buying opportunities have yet to come to. I mean, like,
yeah, they haven't hit that fast and sweaty yet.
I think it's kind of one of those ones where it's creeping right now. That's what I'm telling you. Get it, not get it this week, because in a month when you come back to me and it's at Saga prices, you're gonna be like, oh,
what long-term legs does Bob's Burgers really have?
Yeah, that's the problem. I have
you
with
want
it.
to
You're
know
not gonna get a
why?
live
Because
action
there's a
Bob's
bunch
Burgers.
of people now that are in their mid-20s that were in their teens smoking a bunch of fucking weed watching this shit, and they love it.
Yeah, but there's no
I might love
video
it.
games. Merchandise is pretty light. The show isn't even still going. It's just syndication's the only thing
David,
holding this up.
our curmudgeon loves it too. He's all in. This is all he's doing is dropping lines from this show in the chat. I get that people don't understand it. Once again, hey Eric, what's going on?
It's not that I don't understand it. I just don't see the what could take it to the next level.
You guys can put and see when we revisit this in a year. Then you tell me how I was
Well,
right.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I don't see, because even you mentioned the Simpsons. How long has the Simpsons been around? How many Simpsons comics are like people are just killing themselves to get?
There's a couple. It's dried up, man.
I'm not saying that there's not Simpsons comics to buy.
There's
I'm just
also
saying
way more
overall,
Simpsons.
it's just kind of like, well,
first off, the Simpsons comics that came out were a lot more than Bob the Burger comics that came out.
Yeah, Simpsons is like the flagship of like animated, and then a comic that you want to seek because of the animated show.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers has nowhere near the clout or the longevity of Simpsons or the merchandise or anything like that.
and that's why I'm a little more wary.
Well, maybe niche sell sometimes. How's
I
doing?
know. Venture. I'm a big fan of Venture Brothers.
All it takes is one person with more money than brains, and you're paying $1,000 for a book that you didn't think you would be.
And I love Rick and Morty.
No, I like that. I like that series or like that show. So, all right. Either way, back to here we go because people were asking about this one. Werewolf by Night as a whole was selling. We did put 32 up there.
Yeah,
but like there was a lot of Werewolf by Night selling.
Yep.
Anything Werewolf by Night was selling pretty much. It was kind of crazy.
What's Jack Daniels? Is that what he went by? No.
Mm-hmm.
What did he go? What's
Jack yeah.
Not Daniels.
Not Daniels.
What's
Jesus.
the dog?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Jack Terrier.
Jack Russell. Jack Russell.
Jack Russell. There it is.
Russell Terrier, but yes.
Russell Terrier. Yeah, get the other half.
We figured it out eventually.
Yay, us. All right, Jack Terrier.
This was the book that I talked about. Somebody bought for $30 in front of me, but I wasn't the asshole going, I'll give you 35. Like he was haggling in front of me, and I'm like, I'll pay that right now. And somebody else bought it.
Yeah. I think
before it hit. This was before it was, a huge book.
I think these are one of those. I think that the Werewolf by Night series now has become one of these series where people are just buying anything that says Werewolf by Night, no matter what the price, because they think they don't know what to buy for one. And for two, they're like, well, Moon Knight's and all that, right? That's his first appearance, right? So we're good, right?
Well,
he's a vampire.
32, 33 is probably pretty good too. Outside of that,
let's draw on a comparison here based on hype. I think ASM 101's a better buy than this right now. When it comes to what Moon Knight movie or show are we going to see before ASM 101 or before Morbius?
We're gonna see Poe Dameron on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but isn't Morbius supposed to drop before that?
It's supposed to. Shit, that was supposed to drop. I think this past July.
Project.
That's a good point. Either way, this book is fucking lightning hot and has been for some while, to the point where I'm questioning whether or not I should pay these prices.
No,
because Yeah, out of range is kind of where I'm feeling like Joe.
Yeah, and that's
it's
what I
not
feel.
just it's not just we're not talking about just Werewolf by Night 32. We're talking about all of it because all of it was selling, and a lot of it
kind of got pushed a little too high.
Yeah,
quickly.
I
Like, even first Darkhold, like, okay, she's got the
First
fucking
Darkhold.
book on WandaVision, but does that mean we all need to go buy it right now? No. Take it easy. Relax.
I mean, I love the character, but I'm almost saying that it's the Werewolf by Night stuff should be in the trash. I think it's extremely overpriced for what it is.
Well, I can't put it in the trash because it still will maintain value.
Joe.
You think? You think first Dracula is going to maintain what the prices are going for right now?
Well, not
You
not
think
all.
first Darkhold book is going to maintain?
No, all right.
What the fucking prices are now?
Yes, I'm focused more on 32.
You're focused on 32. I'm talking about the run of crap they're buying, and you could anyone 32 and right after up to 40, you could put $100 on somebody's going to buy it for no reason, dude. It's ridiculous, dude. It really
All
is.
right, let's just get through it.
All right, put it in D. That's fine.
I still want to own a copy.
I do too, but not at these prices.
I don't know. All right, so this, you know why we got this?
Yep.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Regrets.
No regrets, my friend. No regrets. I do have a regret if you try to buy it right now, though. I have got it probably C at best, maybe in the D list.
Mm.
Yeah, not. So many people have told me Adam Warlock is not a real character. Like, he's just not. Like, as far as like he's just not.
He's not good. If you got a problem with, Pete, if you got a problem with fucking Zatanna, enjoy Adam Warlock, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm not buying this either.
Are we going D or are we going trash on it?
What does the chat say?
Way overpriced. Huh?
What does the chat say?
What does the chat say on this? Anybody buying Adam Warlock right now? Wait, which book are you buying? We're done.
Well, I'd rather buy Zatanna because she's got legs and she knows how to use them.
No, but the character of Adam Warlock sucks. Agnes is actually
I don't want to
better
see his legs.
It's really bad. D. Put him in the D.
Obi. I'm with you, Obi.
Everything else, yeah, Obi, yep. And then David.
D.
Yeah, if I had it, and I think that's the point. What Joe just said. If I had them, I'd probably be selling them right now.
I'd be selling them too. All right. What do we have left?
Which is the whole point of this.
Okay.
Well, not the whole point, but one way to look at this.
Okay,
Sandman.
Okay.
Sandman.
I'm excited here.
I like it.
If anybody that has ever read the book and has not seen the trailer for this drop, the trailer is almost frame for fucking frame out of the book, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I think Sandman, I'm struggling with this because I don't know really where to place the value of this book, because Sandman was affordable, then all of a sudden, based on the Netflix rumors, it's not unobtainium, but 9/8 of this book are trending towards $2,000.
But it's also always been a cult favorite, so it's been hard to find good copies of it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, it has. Agreed.
Which
but
is why
9/8 of this book a year ago were less than well under $1,000.
Mm-hmm. But that was in cultism, right? Like that was because the cult drove the price up on it originally.
Well, I think the Netflix rumors, the
Netflix too, probably a little bit.
This has been rumored for years.
Right. But what I'm saying, I think because it had such a cult following that the prices were never.
It definitely helped. Mm-hmm. But outside of the 9.8 prices, I think there are so many raw copies of this book still out there that it's still worth looking into.
Do you think it's really going to go that high, though?
I don't know.
I'm concerned.
We're across the board. This is another one where we're just we're ranking the whole.
I'm concerned that it's peaked right now, and the show hits and it stays at this price.
You know I think we got to put it in that B, C tier too. I think because it's not just one book. We're talking about all the minor keys in the runs.
Number 8. Yeah.
Well,
so I think
here's the one counterpoint I'll give to you two before we move this into the BC range. This book in this series was beloved before it had anything to do with television.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think the prices, even if they get pushed by a TV show, won't really dip much because There's
I
just
would
a
agree
fan
with
base
that,
that
but
will never
much
let
like
this go.
much like everybody else here in the chat here, I want to build my collection as affordably as possible and watch it grow, not plateau after it. I don't want to pay $1,800 for a book and let it sit at $1,800 for 10 years.
Mhm.
So
Okay, so
that's
let's see then.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's my concern is that if I bought a book right now,
Fair
it's going to
point.
stay that exact same price for 10
That's
years.
a very fair point.
Fair point. But like that, and with NYX3 plateaued at $900, 9/8 forever after the movie was done. This is after Logan sat there forever, and then all of a sudden, in the last 6 months, that $900 9/8 has somehow become $2,000.
Well, that's
I
because the
think that's
market
because
change.
everybody's speculating on the fact that what's his face isn't going to be coming back ever.
But that's also on the market change too. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
that was
but
4 years ago.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
they changed the book.
Yeah. Or you got
All
two
right.
left.
2 left.
I know.
All
Andy's
right,
got to
we'll
get
leave
to
the
bed.
biggest one
He
for the
wanted to
end.
go to bed like half an hour, 45 minutes ago.
I can't believe this book. I can't believe this.
Oh, do you guys want my honest? You guys want my real honest opinion on
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Trash.
Yeah.
This is my serious
We don't
honest
fuck about
opinion
here.
about this. Is do not buy. Stay far away from this for at least a year, and then reevaluate prices until after all the hype has died down.
And then stay away from it again. Then stay away from it for again. You're not gonna. Hey, look, you're not.
Let's not talk about. You talk about a cult following of Sandman. There is a cult following for symbiotes, and there are people that not generally, but are desperately waiting to buy this book in an affordable category for their symbiote collection. I want those people to take a very serious look at what's happening right now and potentially consider waiting. Because I feel like this book is plateaued and is hanging and is about to it's actually already gone down since the movie's been out, and even just before the movie.
Yeah, it's like the old way.
The movie's only been out like
so many copies of this book.
I don't know. When it come out, the 15th?
I couldn't believe. This is what I'm going to say.
Or the
I can't
4th.
believe
No,
when
it
the
came out the
trailer
4th.
came out how much I was selling this book for, and I was trying to get rid of them all as quickly as possible. I still had some left over, and then when the new trailer came out, I sold them again and said, "Holy shit! A bunch of idiots are paying this much money for this ass book."
I had
where are we at? I know Andy said trash.
I had 4 copies of this book. I sold a 9/8 newsstand for $17.50 at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It was like a record-breaking price, and I'm like, seriously?
Mhm.
I will bulletproof package this. Happy to you. I'm glad this person purchased it. And then I sold all my second prints, and then I sold my 9/6 newsstand. And ever since then, there's been, like Marco said, when the renewed interest came from the trailer or the movie dropping, but we're in this downward trend for this book, and it's just like it doesn't seem to be seeing any signs of life afterwards.
Plus, there's 18. Yeah,
We got a bleeder. Like,
It is a bleeder, in my opinion.
All right, last one up is Hulk 181.
I'm glad I bought it when I did.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about this one.
The problem with, I think the book is overpriced, but I think it's going to keep going up.
I don't have a dog.
And by the way, it's a second appearance. It's a second appearance.
It is. It is.
Second appearance.
I don't have a dog in this race. I can't comment.
I got them both, and it's a second appearance.
It is.
And I think it's overpriced.
I think it is, but like you said, it's not going to go down. So I don't want to put
people
it here.
still wish they have it. I just don't know if they can afford it anymore. That's the problem.
I know that's the problem. That's why I can't put this one here. I have to put it at least here just because I think there's too much money now out there in this that a lot of people won't let it go.
S tier.
Too low. You know what I mean?
How
You know
is
what I'm
this
saying?
S tier? You don't think this is overpriced book?
It
no,
is.
we're not saying it's not. We're not saying it'll never dip. I'm saying it's overpriced. And there was a couple years ago where it was pretty public on the internet what had happened with this book and how somebody was pretty open and public on how he was. I'm surprised Dave says that because he was open and honest how he was doing fake sales on this book to pump up the price on it. And I think that it's never come back from that because then after that, the want and people got really crazy on it and they kept going and the book is overpriced. I think there's going to be a correction where it stays for a little bit and then balloons up again or goes up again because I don't think the book is really going anywhere. But to be honest, I think it's crazy. I don't think people can afford this book.
I don't want to touch it. Like I said, I'm happy I bought mine when I did.
Yeah,
I'm not planning on selling it. It's just mine. It'll probably be with me till I die. My glorious 2.5 will just be mine.
This is unobtainium for a lot of us. I'm just thankful that I don't have the deep connections to Wolverine that some other collectors do, because I want to own this book, but I'm not gonna be distraught that I don't. You know what I mean?
You don't need it. You don't need to own it. You want it, but don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the argument comes up here where, because they're like, it's blue chip. Yep, it's a blue chip, and blue chips can be overpriced too.
Yeah,
and blue chips
that's
can be.
What I'm saying. Yeah, I can't.
Not where they belong.
Today's market. That's the point. At the market right now, I'm not shelling out the prices that people are asking. I just can't.
No, I don't think so, Dave. I don't know. I think you're overestimating that a lot. I think the difference between what they did with this book is I mean, like, if I'm putting that type of money, like when you look at what happens, like traditional Silver Age keys, like AF 15, Showcase 4s, what else is up in the top 5 every year for the Silver Age? I don't even know anymore. But when the Justice League ones, I haven't checked.
You want to talk about like the FFs, like
that FFs, that type of stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Maybe 1, 4, or 5.
When you look at that and the price increase for those blue chip books and what the market holds, even at this rate for those, and then you see something like this and what happened with this particular book, it's not the same story, man. It just isn't, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I put in D, but yeah,
I'm just saying at these price, and that's the thing. I don't think it's going down.
It's not a rare book.
This might be low, and you're right. Maybe it is here because I don't think it's going to go much lower.
Yeah,
you might dip a little, but
and it won't take long for a correction to come to the book either. Don't get me wrong.
You're right. It's one of those books that
who shows up in a film? Wolverine. There's already been a bunch of fucking films.
There's always copies available somewhere. It's just, are you willing to pay that price?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not, as you pointed out, it is not unobtainium. It's there. You just got to pay.
Yeah.
There's the difference between being
a good point.
Impossible to get and just being expensive.
I misspoke. It's unobtainium for me because that's not a book that I can afford.
It's unobtainium for a lot of people.
No, you mean, it ain't just you.
Yeah, it ain't just you.
No,
raw copies that are beat to shit, missing the MVS. And just like torn to shit and selling for like $1,200. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's not unobtainium, but I don't know. It's one of those things where that's very low on my list of priorities. Where I chase a lot more modern stuff where my heart is really lying versus that.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody always says like, this is the problem with it too, where I think it's like that. Because the biggest thing I always hear about this is like, everybody is always, oh yeah, I really want that book. And then when they see the price tag, they're like, man.
Yeah, that's why.
Not like I'll save up for it. Not like I'll trade up for it. Not like, I'm going to cut out a kidney for it. They just go, man.
I'll wait. Maybe I'll get lucky. And if I never do, well, then I never do. It's kind of where I'm at with X-Men 1. Like at this point, I can't buy an X-Men 1. I just can't afford the price that it hit.
Do you see 181s? I'll be honest, this is the other part too, kind of, because we were talking about cons. I don't see them leaving walls.
Because it's just pricey. And it just...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see them leaving walls. You can like the book all you want. You can't sell the shit. What does it matter? So, that's where I stand at. All right, that's it. That is the tier list. We've got a couple extra videos. I think Andy's gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, I think Andy's gonna.
That was way too much fun. I'm glad I stayed up for that, but I got to bail for work. 5 a.m. comes way too early.
Yeah, 8300 is another overpriced book. Yep, agreed.
Oh.
Yep, 100%.
I can't thank you guys enough for having me on, though.
Oh, thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it.
This has been a blast. I hope to get invites, semi regularly. You know what I mean? Like coming and hanging out, as you guys can hear my chair creak. And no, this was seriously a blast. I love watching you guys on the replay, and then being able to be add some meat to the bone of the conversation with the Motor City Comic Con and what books were moving. This was truly a blast.
This is we appreciate it. You actually fitted really well. You're the second time only guest here. We have a very exclusive club.
We had a guest host,
really, but you are the second person we've ever had. We just are always like, oh, what are we gonna do? And we're not gonna do what we do. So I'm glad you came on. Solo Loki would like to know, however, and I'm just doing it because he's in the chat, even though he might be getting time out for something he said last week. But he wants to know when you're coming on Dark Side.
I got to do that soon. I need to get in on a conversation
Who was
on
that?
IG Messenger, and we got to figure that out soon.
It was.
Oh,
also
we got to
hitting
check
in.
out Obi's shop. You and I have to make a team up weekend trip.
Oh, where we
over
go
to the
down and we'll
shop.
shoot some video. Yeah, we'll try to shoot down there, down to see Big Ben's. Yeah.
Yep.
Obi.
Yeah, go down there and see Big Ben. So we'll do that. Andy, it was great. Appreciate it. We'll catch up. Thanks again. It was good. And we'll have you on Dark Side too. So you'll see us.
Yes.
You'll
Hell
see
yeah.
us again. You'll see us.
I'm here, man.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later.
All right. We'll see you
All right,
later.
bud.
All right, dude. That was cool, man. That's good. He's a good fit. I
Absolutely.
really like him. It's like the three. I don't think you could find three guys that can get along so well and have different aspects. Like the guy's always chipper.
Yeah.
He's not like curmudgeon me. You know, he's not like nice to you. He's just always chipper. Well, he's nice like you, but yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Like,
it was fun having a third person here because sometimes he was on your side, and sometimes he was on my side.
yeah, you're good.
But it wasn't like one way or the other. It was balanced.
No.
It was kind of fun.
No, not only we're still we're not only still on, we got more videos going on here. So we're going to after hours. I promised some people I play some videos because we shot some. So let's go over. Everybody,
and while you do that,
go take the break. Yeah, you got it. All right, so here we go. This is Fleeb/Dave.
All right, everybody. We're
This is
with
the booth I
Thieves,
worked
aka Dave.
This is also the guy whose
aka
basement
we
you
dig
saw
through
me
his
in.
basement.
We're gonna
There's
send
a
more
box
stuff
of
on that,
stuff
too.
that I wanted to dig through. Instead, he brought to the show it. We will talk about it a little bit later. But let's ask him first. It's Sunday. We know we ran out of ATM money yesterday. The ATMs were closed down. That really sucked. The internet sucked here. But besides that, how'd the show go for you so far?
I think it was okay. A lot of people. I mean, I don't think the crowds were as good as previous years.
Okay, time out. This is what he said on Sunday because everybody was worn down on Sunday. By Tuesday, he was like, that was the biggest crowd we've had. So, yeah.
But
I think he also doesn't like the person. We don't like to like.
I think it's because of the
wider
aisleways.
aisles.
Yeah, the aisleways. Honestly, like this is what the aisleways look like. They're
Yeah,
super
look at how
wide. They're
big that
usually
is.
a time and a half smaller than these. What were people buying yesterday? What were they asking for?
a lot of people were asking for like GI Joe stuff. I mean,
Really?
I had a very limited amount of stuff, so I went and did some digging last night. I was up to about 1 a.m. trying to find some more Joe stuff, which is
Joe's were
right there.
big,
Yeah.
man.
Which is good. I mean, that's the one good thing I guess about being local to one of these bigger shows is at least you can go home. It does stink because you don't get any sleep. I think every dealer last night was just kaput and out, but like a lot of us were digging through to find stuff, which is kind of good. Man, that's some sweet.
You guys got to see his He-Man wall.
Like me, they all suffer from insomnia.
Yeah, I think it's the case. It was a burnout
So this is an interesting
day
thing I want to talk about.
yesterday.
You see
Everybody
those
was up
bins on
early
the
again
front?
today.
And this is part of what I do too.
being
We
buried
have
by
like
boxes.
cheaper toys.
Absolutely.
and
So this is what we're
cons,
talking
like
about
cheaper
too.
comics
He didn't
so
just
kids
go
can
get
go
GI
dig through
Joes.
them.
He went and
They
snagged
do
into
really
one of
well.
these boxes. He got some of the Star Wars
I didn't see
Tales
this one
stuff
ahead of time.
The 2-pack combos
Oh, yeah, it's
there.
crazy.
The old Kmart.
There's a bunch of GI Joe. Do you want me to go back? Well, you can watch. I'll send it to you. You can watch it.
That's cool.
He's got
Yeah,
these
dude.
cool Kmart exclusives. Actually,
I would
he
go back
sold
to the
almost
Legend
all
Wall.
these
I
except
mean,
for that
he
one.
hates it or whatever. We've refilled it. That's another thing. Keeping up with stock.
This was the only one he
Flames
didn't like
would
sell
go
on
too.
us, man.
Pre-
It was
biz level.
crazy,
Keeping
dude.
up with stock has been tough. He-Man always does good in this booth. How'd you do on He-Man yesterday? You didn't hear me.
Yeah.
Sold a lot of He-Man yesterday?
Sold like a Castle
Did you sell
Grayskull.
a lot of He-Man yesterday?
Yeah, moderate
We
amount.
sold
The
some bigger
original
figures
or
yesterday,
one of
stuff
the
like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Sold a She-Ra.
it doesn't look like I
She-Ra
sold this
exclusive
because they keep it
SDCC.
full.
No, yeah, this is restock, absolutely.
And because I like it to look really nice and neat.
We sold actually some of these too yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, those sold out.
That's
Holy
good.
shit. That stuff, that Destiny stuff.
They take
There's
up a
this
lot of
gun.
space in my
Oh, you
house.
don't see it.
They
but
do.
there's,
The crowd's coming in, so I'm gonna have to
Blaster,
let you
it's
go. I'll
huge.
shoot the rest of the Legend Wall.
got a
It's already.
I don't know if I get the Legend Wall
Going
done
right now,
His
so.
what he
Hey, thanks
refilled
again.
this Legend
Good luck
Wall
on the show
every
today.
day. By Sunday
Have
at
a
the
good one.
end,
Yeah.
there was probably like 3 or 4, and we had more backstock in there to fill this wall. There's at least
Really?
3 or 4 pegs in the Legend area just to go, and they were buying like expensive Legend stuff. I'm not talking about like the $20 and $10 stuff. Really was doing okay. But when you're talking about like the $50 and the $100 stuff, that shit was going, man. The rare
Really?
stuff was going, man. Somebody bought a She-Ra and the price, it was a couple $100 plus, and they paid in cash, didn't complain, took it out, man.
I'm talking about like the legends though, like
The Legends he's got a killer Legend Wall. Actually, if you watch other
I
people's,
saw, like
Detroit-
I could see it. Like it's
yeah, if you watch, I probably should have shot it better. If you watch other people's, and I'll get a still frame so you guys can see it because I have it on a different video. if you watch Detroit, like people that were at Motor City, every single blogger/vlogger person goes to his wall and takes a picture. It's in everybody's video, dude. It's crazy. Wow. It's crazy. I'm really glad, man. I'll tell you, Sunday we were like just bent, tired. I had to come back and do Star Wars, and we didn't really talk about it afterwards. But then we talked about it the next day, and it was like after everybody got 12 hours of sleep, like, holy crap, this was such a great con. It was so big. By the way, he did say in one of the videos I didn't put up that he's going to let us go into the basement and start digging through stuff. And maybe we'll even try to get a live thing down there or something, or at least I'll have Pete on it to try to get it to tell us what's going on there.
I love seeing the basement. The
basement stuff's crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, he's like, I finally listened to you, I brought Star Wars. But like every day he was bringing stuff back. And I guess, like I said on the video, that was kind of cool because we're going to hear from Bill now. And Bill does cons every day and sometimes 2 cons a week. And he doesn't like to ever have a blank spot on his wall. And neither does Phoebes.
All right, we're with Bill again.
He lives in
Bill's
Ohio, so there wasn't anything you could do about this guy.
Ohio. I know it's unfortunate, it's Ohio, but either way, and he's gonna be he's gonna be at Baltimore.
Everybody shit on Ohio.
So we saw him on Friday, kind of pre-show. We were getting everything set up. It looked good. He got everything set up. We shot his wall.
Man, I know
it's
when
now
Ohio,
Sunday, the last day, but we didn't shoot with him yesterday because it was too busy. It was crazy, right? Like the show as a whole has been nuts. So kind of tell everybody what kind of people have been looking for, or what's been selling. Comic-wise?
Yes, comic-wise, we showed a lot of stuff topical to what's going on with the movies. Everybody's speculating now on Kang. It's just the flavor of the month stuff. She-Hulk, the big John Byrne She-Hulk books that shot up overnight. Just a lot of crazy stuff. First appearances, people speculating on the next big TV show or movie, Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. I heard that's a hot one. Everybody's been looking for that. A lot of other people didn't have it. I know you had it, and that went pretty quickly, right?
Still chasing after Moon Knight stuff. Yeah. Kang, had a lot of requests for Kang first appearances or any appearances. It just seemed like as quick as I sold a book and took something off and put it up on the wall, that book sold.
Do you see down in the right? Like, if you actually compare, we showed it earlier because we showed a close-up. But they're like down here, there's a bunch of books that are gone. There's a bunch of books that are gone here.
That's
like
weird.
He was
you got
selling
your hand pointing.
Yeah.
but your hand from back in time.
Because I was looking for that Captain Britain. It was gone. Like, it was just
this is something I've heard before too. Is like what side they start looking at.
That Captain Britain have a mask in it.
The way I build my booth, it's wherever they can fit it.
Right.
We've got one entrance, one exit, but people were coming and going.
So this is an interesting part about what he does. There's an old retailer theory of that you put your more expensive stuff on the right side for view. What Bill does is when he builds this thing, there's a entrance, quote, and an exit. But listen to what he said was happening at this con in most cons.
Through both. So, I had guys over here at this end looking. They wanted to get over there, so they had to walk all the way around the outside to get over to the other side.
So then the eyesight keeps going.
We had anywhere from 3 to 4 people at all times in the booth.
And then you've got individually priced books
2 right
throughout,
eyesight.
And people were going through this. And did you sell any out of your regular?
We sold. I was able to get 3 boxes worth of stuff consolidated into my long boxes to replace what I sold Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So there was all, if you remember, there was all long boxes from that other video. These were all long boxes, and there was a couple long boxes on their table. And now he's got short boxes there because
it's going to be a Baltimore. You've got like 5 more shows left.
Is the right side here because you read left or right?
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's like what you end on. You want to end on the bigger book.
Steel City Con, which is a toy.
The lasting impression.
Yes. I might actually go to Steel City this year. That's great, man. I'm gonna go talk to toys. I'm gonna go talk toys real quickly too because I know you guys. I saw it. Yes, I mean there was somebody cosplaying Wonder Woman coming in dressed up and just.
A lot of people, what they do is they wait till the end of the show because they don't want to lug it around.
Right.
So they roll the dice and hope it's still there at the end of the show when they're ready to leave. The one thing we do that a lot of people like is if they buy it early.
What do you have on that?
Table. We'll do like a layaway for them.
That's perfect.
Pay it, we'll put it underneath the table till they're ready to go.
Awesome.
They don't have to lug it around all afternoon.
Jeez, the black.
Get that 1 in 5
that's
Boba
cool.
Fett.
That's definitely cool.
I know it was too expensive for me to buy.
Man, it has been crazy show, and you've been getting pretty much what you've been asking for, right?
Yeah. People aren't haggling at all. They're coming up, asking the price. You tell them what it is, and they're pulling out their wallet.
That's the weirdest thing I think I've heard. This one is the vendors that people know are.
And it wasn't like they could pay. Now with them, they would call their store back, but like most places, you had to pay in cash because remember,
you do something
the
better,
internet wasn't working.
You do something better on.
You can't take car payment.
Somebody they don't like, they're not as familiar with, or they don't even know. They haven't really. I keep telling the joke. Like some guy came up and was like, it wasn't a joke. A young kid came up and was like, it was $235 for one fig. And he said, how will you do discount? And laughingly, because usually I go like, oh, well, make an offer or whatever. But I was like, yeah, sure, $5, because we were so busy.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, $5, that's a great deal. Off of 235, I mean, like, that's not something typically that happens.
That's not what usually happens. You're like, yeah, $5 off. They'll laugh at you for over $200.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that are buying to resell, you can't blame them.
No.
You know, they're trying to get a buck so they can go back and turn it to somebody. They might have a customer at their shop or whatever. But most of the guys that we encountered yesterday were all guys buying to collect.
There was a lot of collectors.
Yeah.
And I think, though, I will say this. I think a lot of people, too, are learning how to act when you go out and if you're dealing dealer to dealer.
Yeah.
I think there was, for a long time, last couple of years, there's been a lot of guys who, I'm not quite
Now, this
sure,
is my
in
opinion, not his.
Might not be yours, but in my opinion, just didn't know how to talk to people, maybe. I just, there's a certain way. Yeah, there's a certain way of dealing with stuff, and they just didn't have it. And I think this show has showed maybe a little maturity, which is good. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe now they realize how it's been going for years and how, I mean, you just don't go up and go, oh, this is so overpriced, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know, or like,
hey, I'll give you this.
I'll give you $2 on a $100 book. And I think it's really coming down where they actually are starting to doing their margins too, which is good. I mean, it's, I think sometimes
I'm trying to do it. Not so good.
Been around in the,
my
you've been around the business for a long time. People who've been
just
around
say it
the
and
business
stop
for a
doing
very
it.
long time don't want new people in or aren't willing
I
to help
bought a
people
bunch
out
of
and stuff like
stuff,
that. Which with you, I would say is the complete opposite. We've had lots of talks before about what goes on in the market. We share information back and forth, stuff like that.
No, but I think it's funny though.
I'll put about it, but it's also how you handle yourself, right? If you come in and you're just like,
I checked the
oh,
Star Wars,
I'm going to
I
be
checked Nova, I checked Teen Titans. Like,
Yeah, that's what I check.
like, that's what I find amusing personally as you go through this.
I don't claim to know everything. I'm still learning stuff every
Pulling
day.
the book.
You helped me out with a book that I didn't know about when I was at Gem City.
Pulling.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it works. If you help each other out, it works. Oh, these are cool. I've seen a couple of these man
Oh, the
eaters go
dirty
actually
cover
too.
from Savage
See, I
Dragon.
even called it Man Eaters. I see. I got no clue what that book is. None whatsoever.
Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, you got
Yeah,
that.
I just
You
don't-
sold one of those, the medals, right?
Yeah. It's the first appearance. My manager marked them up. It's the first appearance of some character. I don't know who it is without opening it up. I had a $50 variant, $75 variant. He bought the guy came up, bought the 75, no questions asked.
That's the
that's awesome.
gut ghost.
All right, well,
It's
thanks.
weird
I'm
because
gonna,
it's right in between a lot of the Donny Cates
thanks
stuff,
real
but that's the
quick,
first
thanks,
gut
guys.
ghost.
We'll see you later. Yep. So what was
This is a variant that's
I
like
know you
the-
don't sell anything. You just put it with everybody out here. But what sold yesterday?
The biggest thing I saw
Steve here's-
was sold a ton of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Oh,
wow, yeah. So that used to be double stacked.
Version. Yeah.
You see, there's a hole there.
That
Like
was
he,
crazy.
this
Yeah.
And,
Bill was seriously
Star
upset
Wars,
that there's holes around here.
The
The blast. Yeah.
these type things, we sold a lot of those.
Was there a certain character?
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Mandalorian stuff, or was it just everything in all?
No, it was a lot more of the animated series stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
With the kid
There
and
was-
stuff like that.
I mean, it was
Well, we
depending
did
on who
sell
it was.
Big Darth Vader.
For the
There
price
was
of a house. Like, do you really want the price of a house?
Darth Maul.
price of a house.
Yeah. I mean,
The
those
Gold
darts
Age.
are always going to be popular type.
A house where?
I did see that one.
It's also
lady
a different
dressed like
question.
Linda Carter, right? Wonder Woman.
I think
Yeah,
West
did she buy a
Virginia.
bunch?
Yeah, she's one of the ones that bought a tweeter head.
The tweeter.
Look at all
head
those
version,
holes.
I
So
will
they
say
had
it
nothing
has
left
been a
on their
little bit
truck to fill
distracting,
holes.
but
By
you
the
guys
way.
have a shop.
They had
in
no
Canton,
more
Ohio,
comic
so it's easier
boxes.
A little bit for you guys.
And if you know anything about
But you
dealers,
but you still
they
have
always
the
bring
phone.
way too
We've
much
got
so
no
that they
internet
never
here,
have
so internet
holes.
went down in the show. What did you say? Halfway through the show or throughout the whole show is pretty bad.
Yeah, you can't
What
sell
day is
it.
this?
This is the right
The
thing.
internet.
Can't sell a hole.
Spotty about halfway through.
What day is this? We're doing this Saturday?
Sunday. This
Yeah.
is before
Sunday.
Sunday started.
So they called back to the shop a lot, so they kept going and doing pretty good. Where we actually at the booth I'm helping out, we had a little bit of trouble with it too. And then the cash machines ended up going, like, I guess it's a good thing, but the 2 hours left of the show, there's no cash left in the cash.
Yeah, and
machine,
this right
so
here is not how that's supposed to be
definitely something going
stacked.
on.
Like
it is opening
they're just
up.
trying to
I'm
fill
gonna let you
holes,
ride.
and it
You
just
guys got holes. You guys are slacking.
Well, that's
Did you
the
bring
thing.
enough stuff?
No,
I know, right?
You know, it's kind of hard to plan for when you're
Right.
driving 3-4 hours, and you know we pack as much as we think we're going to sell. And
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
hard to
like what we
restock.
just-
Like, comics.
That's why
is
yesterday I kind of wasn't talking to them ahead of time because they were just jam packed. You get a couple hours to get everything ready, and they were trying to get everything up. And now Sunday people are kind of sitting around a little bit because, well, the trucks are empty. So it's up.
sell
All right,
a
don't
hole.
that on film.
All right, Joe. Well, I guess we're after hours, so
What's
we can
that?
do that.
What?
Showing that.
The hole.
Yeah, that hole right
Don't
there.
worry, we told Bill not to watch the video. So
Okay, good.
all right, well, thanks again. We'll see you guys later. All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So that was them. That was on Sunday. We're gonna go back to Saturday real quickly. We got our man over at Daggett's. Where are we at Dag? I think it's
I don't know. That's on you.
Yeah, right.
That's what.
Yeah, here we go. So this is Saturday. This is actually the only one I could do on Saturday because
it's been a decent show.
Everybody's
You guys
still
all know
stocking.
Keith from Daggett's. You've been online. We pull them all, talk about him all the time. He's always got the good prices and stuff. We're gonna go through his stuff.
He does. Like that's something that Peter Parker Pants was saying was like
cool.
He likes to buy from Daggett's a lot too. There was a 1 in 100 Maniacs in or the whatever the retail variant for Maniacs in New York was. $100.
I can't believe how, you know what? He could have been a real big dick too. Because
X23 Delato.
And he works on everything, so he'll have all.
Adam Hughes. I got one of those.
Yeah.
Bought that from John Z. Scrolls.
Oh no, it's okay for a dealer. Plus, he's my guy. Look at that. There you go. Oh, I showed you. I see. It was so dead service. I asked you if you wanted me to buy this next book.
Star Wars. Oh, that's right. You were looking at the Tomb of Dracula.
Tomb of Dracula Carnage cover. Yeah.
I want one, but I'll find one. I'll find it somehow, some way. It's like a 181. I don't want to pay the prices it's at now. I'll find one.
What was my best pickup? I don't know.
That an X Factor 5 I saw you flip past.
Yeah.
I'm a proud owner of the lowest graded Delato X23 number 1. The lowest in the census is mine.
There, that was kind of crazy. I thought that was kind of cool. My best
Maniac in New York.
I missed out on so much stuff though. My best pickup was probably, and the only reason it was because a lot of it was 50 cents. Well, I went Teen Titans. For the first 20 issues, I picked out the majority of the keys in there, and I got those for like 50 cents a piece. And then there was a bunch of newsstand,
first Trigons and shit.
Yeah, all those. There was a newsstand, a bunch of newsstand Star Wars stuff from Dark Horse. Like the first.
Yeah, well, if you see a newsstand Dark Horse, and if it's not crazy price,
and it wasn't. It was supposed to be $1 a piece, and then he cut half of it. So
yeah, $1 a piece. Like you can buy it. I don't care
like
shit what 20.
It is. It would have been honestly it would have been. Hey, I know Dave's gonna hate this, but the Kanto would have been a really good deal for what I was offering. But I turned around and left on that one. There was some ASM stuff that I bought that I got really good deals on too. I mean, it's hard. It's just like I bought a lot of personal stuff here because that too, like a lot of the guys.
Omega Red.
Yeah, Omega Red.
Price.
Yeah.
Hey, just give that book away.
What? Omega
Rose
Red?
Besh, Demon Days.
That Omega Red wasn't in there on Sunday, by the way. The biggest selling thing.
Oblivion songs, huh?
Yeah, Oblivion songs. He's got a little bit of everything.
Something.
Yeah. The biggest thing, the best sale. God, dude, that's probably hard. I probably would have to think about that because so much stuff. There's that Carnage Bomb was in there. I thought that book never came out.
Bomb?
Yeah, Mind Bomb.
Did you bring it to? You bought it and brought it to Kate's to sign.
Yeah.
What is your favorite book? You made this $1 book, $100 book, just by saying you liked it.
I can't. I mean, Joe. Dark Hawk one. Oh, slamming it. Best sale. There was so much. To be honest with you, like people weren't really asking for deals. So like when I go around and even like staying at other people's booths and helping them in the booths, I couldn't believe how much stuff was. There's a Nova one at somebody's
old
booth.
School Nova one?
Yeah, that I helped sell because I guess I pulled it off the wall and handed it to the dude. I couldn't believe the fucking price it sold for. So that wise, I thought it was kind of cool. As far as like,
hey, Stray Dogs,
toy wise stuff. Oh man, there was.
It's black and white.
Probably the Miles Morales Build-A-Figure was a good one. Yeah, black and white. There's a couple of blacks there, son. Huh?
Which
it was the Miles Morales one. I can't remember what the Build-A-Figure one it was. Oh, there's a Dark Beast that I sold too. That was really good.
Well, was it the Ultimate Goblin or something, or no?
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy. Oh, you know what? You know what the best was? It wasn't that expensive, but I sold like 8 Marvel clamshells. You know, like the plastic containers that had the books in the background. I sold an AF-15 one with Spider-Man in the front end. Sold the Juggernaut one. Oh, no, I know what the best thing I sold was. Yeah, it probably does.
Saga 98? Andy was
That's
talking
the
about.
one that got sold. It got sold right after this, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the one.
See? Callback.
Mm-hmm. 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 There's like Canto that sold.
What was that? 361.
You know what he was saying though? You know what they were saying? I probably should play this because he was giving a little bit more of a thing.
If you bought it before the announcement, no.
He's talking about this. He's like, yeah, bought it before the announcement. Then you come here after the announcements and you're like, why are these dealers pricing up this thing? Well, because it's hot. Of course you're going to price it up.
Yeah.
And trying to make money.
Why can't I just get it for 20? It's like trying to explain people.
Well, there's another guy that wears flip flops.
Trying to explain to people.
At least the
like,
dealer wears flip flops for a
the
reason.
same news
That guy over there, he's like,
yeah,
you know how expensive these flip flops are? I was like, yeah, flip
Did you
flops.
see that stuff?
I like him too. He's a good friend also, and a really good guy. Gave a kidney to his mom, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but he was selling all this stuff. All this stuff was going, man.
Too, for the carnage. There's only 80 billion 9/8.
But the Riri stuff, he was saying, he was like, I had a lot of lookers, but couldn't understand why she's not selling. She's the future.
Which one? The first appearances were like.
Yeah, the first appearance, the variant. Oh, he had all.
They're getting so pricey. That's why.
But the other.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
I mean,
he
that
is.
a
This is
book.
Keith. Daggett's Comics. You're 100% right. He's a great dude. David, I can ask him next time. The problem with it is you got to remember that I've only got a couple.
Right? Is it? They're not. It's
you know,
9:30.
I got 10 minutes, 15 minutes to shoot this stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, battery
like
time.
go-
Batteries wear out.
Every single book, let's flip it over. But that's something, David. That's a good suggestion. I'll try some more of it. I'll try to do that. Try to do a little bit more of that later, maybe, and see. I mean, give them if you guys want
for $20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Well, if you guys got, I mean, that's a good suggestion though, Dave. I'll try to get some more stuff on that. Is that no? I got one last one. This is just me digging through some of the ASM stuff, and then I went back later, and almost all of it had been sold. So this is probably gonna be our last video, I think. I sped this one up. Where's B? All right, Mid Michigan Comics. Yep, here we go.
All right, let's see what you got. What'd you look at?
Yeah, it's speed up, but so this is Dom. So this is actually where I got a bunch of the McFarlanes and stuff too. This is Matt's booth, and also B Smith, who is Mid Michigan's Comics, and they had just put out these. So as much as David said that the dealers go through and rip everything off, there's a lot of dealers like this guy. See how there's nothing on the wall, and it's right before it's opening. There's a lot of guys and a lot of dealers that will actually leave boxes that they don't open till or don't leave in till right before it opens. And like these 4 boxes were like, they're new and there's people coming on the floor. So I'm going through as fast as I can. They're putting their walls together as fast as they can. They're not the only ones that did it. I'd say about 75% of the dealers do that. There's like off limit boxes, like they're new stuff. They kind of don't let dealers get to, or friends apparently. I'm actually friends with this guy. Like this is one of the guys I travel on the roads with, and they didn't even let me get into these boxes. So, yeah,
I find it interesting that these boxes aren't like really organized in any way. Just
well, that's what they were trying to do. They're trying to go
like
through
$1 box,
it.
but they're not dollar books.
And technically, I was supposed to be helping them organize these because it was on a time crunch. This is on Saturday.
Well, how'd they get in the box like this?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna buy that shit out there. It's fine. What do I want for
some
free
bigger
show?
Captain America's, and then you go right into Silver Age, Doctor Strange, and then you shift back to Maximum Carnage. Like this box is all over the place.
Yeah, it is all over the place. That's why I was kind of, but his boxes are like that. He's always got good stuff in it, and I just I don't know, man. It's kind of good to go dig through it and go through it.
Oh, I dig through it. That's what I'm saying. I would dig through a box like this
because the guys that go through and do this thing right here, these guys, Mr. Dirty Floppers that do this thing all the time, they miss stuff all the time in these.
Oh yeah,
and I think he purposely does that kind of with his box so people that can kind of see through it, and you're not gonna be able to pull everything. And also his prices are pretty negotiable, especially if you buy stacks. See, this is where I was kind of looking. I was like, you guys know anything? Like, you guys should just. And he's like, no, leave it in there. And I was like, all right, fair enough. Leave it in there. There was a spider. I'm just checking out the difference between the two of those. Sorry about that. It's freaking out your OCD. Oh, I did buy that book. That was the best buy right there. And I literally take it to Smith.
The
and
second print 282.
Yeah, I go, hey, it's gold. He goes, you got to buy it because it's gold. I go, yeah, you're right. I got to buy it.
Yeah, second print 282.
So I buy it. Here, this is me yelling at him. Like, how funny is this? He goes, yeah, you're going to buy it now. Aren't you? You saw him shake his head. There's a great Hulk in there. There's a ton of good stuff in there.
Master Kung Fu.
And then, so then there's a bunch of McFarlanes that he was going through. The Hobgoblin. Dom was like, this is my favorite Hobgoblin on the, because it's a McFarlane Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah, the McFarlane Hobgoblin was a good.
Along Came a Spider. It was definitely a setup of a weird.
Oh, yeah. He's hitting the McFarlane.
This is really good. Dave's like, yeah, prices, and I'm just flipping through this. When it was in slow mo, it was.
Ms. Marvel, Man Things, but then you shift.
So I talk about that. Yeah, so I'm like, hey, there was a Morbius sketch, like a blank sketch you could sketch on the cover that had. So we were talking about that. I was like, da 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 da, blah blah blah.
Hey, that was for Timekeepers. First full Bishop.
No, Dave. I'm saying like give us more stuff. Yeah.
Ash can of first Talos.
I'm saying like tell us what you want. You're right. I was kind of trying to do the price thing here, but then I had to speed it up because I wasn't that good. Remember, this is like the first time. Like this is the second show that I'm really trying to tune this in so you guys find it entertaining and helpful too. You know what I mean? I want to make it a little bit of both. Yeah. See, so now I'm doing the.
Yeah, well, you can do it slow next time if you want slow, and that's.
Yeah, but it's real slow. Like this now is going to run like 6 or 7 minutes, and it was going to run 22 minutes.
Star Wars Adventures.
That's first Rico. That's the that's the B
Rico.
Cover. Yeah, or not Rico.
Rose,
what I'm saying.
Number
Trico.
6.
Trico. Rose Tico.
That was number 6, like the variant number 6.
Yeah. And then these Underworlds were there. I was actually mad I didn't buy them, but I was like, I can't.
Underworlds.
I used to buy these for $5. I can't pay. And I know if I would have bought them all, you would have given me a deal, but I couldn't. Do it. I bought a bunch of
you get that boba though. The boba is expensive.
Well, this is also the problem was like I went through, and when you're paying 50 cents and $1 for the same books at a different dealer, and then you're going here and you're like, oh yeah, the drug issue.
Oh, the skating on thin ice.
Yeah, he's like, you can't do that shit anymore, can you? I was like, you probably can't have kids with needles anymore. No, you can't do that. All right, good speed. I think for this video it was. I think he's. I don't know. It's tough.
Hey, Chewy.
Would you guys want to see like the price on like the highest books or like the high? I mean, I'm not sure I could do every single book on a wall on the price, especially considering some people have them on the back. Dazzler, I lost my shit on how expensive that was.
First Dazzler? Oh, yeah. No, I think you're looking at the McFarlane.
Yeah, it was because it went all. It was before that. There's another Along Came the Spider.
The Galactus. So
this is the book I was pissed I didn't buy. You guys ready? We'll see it here.
Your hand's blocking. I can't see what it is.
No, come back. I pick it up and show it to the thing.
Oh, Moon Knight?
Oh, we're not offended, Dave. Good night, man. Catch the rest of it in the replay, dude.
Yeah, we're 3 hours and 21 minutes in. I'm not going to shame anyone if they're
we're not offended, bro. We're good. We're all adults here. No, there's this Fantastic Four coming up. And I'll just piss.
Which one? I'm curious.
I'll show you. I probably shouldn't show this because then everybody's gonna be hunting it now. But
Kung Fu,
there's some cool Tales of Stars.
I'm like looking at this box along with you. I feel like I'm over your shoulder where I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I did because there was a guy that dug through a box he wasn't supposed to dig through because I was asking a friend if I could look through his boxes and he did that book. Oh, it was so cheap. It's just a Doc Doom. Which when Doc Doom's at what's the place that he's at, the castle?
It looks like Latveria.
Latveria, yeah. It's just an awesome cover.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Oh, like offhand.
I know, but that book I went back for too, and it was like, it was 2 or 3 hours later.
Stage 5 clingers.
Yeah. That's why I was giving you the creepy clinger over. See, there's another Along Came a Spider.
Oh yeah, ASM X-Men.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was the reprint or the original.
The original. He had 2 of the originals, 1 reprint in there.
You know what I mean? Like when they reprinted themselves.
I actually left the Moon Knight eventually, and I picked up a couple other things from there. I picked up some
$8
Titans from there. Yeah, but I got one for $1 earlier that day, so I was like,
yeah.
I see the trends of what is moving. So, yeah. I mean, I really do hope that's kind of what I was doing. I was just trying to kind of show. I don't know. I just don't know how to do it. I'm just trying. Whatever. I think something came up there. But yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's it. If we have more video, we actually have a walkthrough, like a whole walkthrough of the entire con. That video is 3 hours and 15 minutes long. So I think we're going to do a speed walkthrough, maybe, and put it up one day somehow on this channel. I just don't know how.
We can do something like that. I don't know.
Put it up as like an RA tape thing during the daytime or something like that. So we'll do that, and we'll walk through the whole thing. You can get the whole feel for the con. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat tonight. Obviously, I'm tired and my voice is going. I still don't
want to talk wrestling.
Oh yeah, of course. What's up?
I'm just fucking with you. I mean, at this point, we're 3.5 hours and we don't have to fucking talk wrestling. Even though I did watch the last 2 episodes of Heels.
What's that?
The show on Stars that Arrow did about wrestling.
Dude, did you see Dark Side? If you didn't see the Luna Dark Side, holy fuck!
Now that I'm clear of like Heels, I'm waiting on Titans tomorrow. So Titans, I can watch the last 2 episodes because the last episode comes out tomorrow. I can watch those 2 together tomorrow. Then I'm free to watch whatever the fuck I want.
Heels is great. I have to go pee. So if you want, I'll go pee and then we can talk wrestling. But it's also almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's up to you, man. But yeah, it is almost 12.
We'll talk wrestling next week. We'll get a new T list out there. We'll try to get the rest of it out there. I do appreciate everybody. Thanks again, everybody that was in the chat.
If you got Peacock, you can watch Crown Jewel tomorrow in the middle of the day.
No, that's good. I got to do stuff in the middle of the day, bro. What do you think this is? What do you think this is?
Come on, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I'm curious.
I'll pass. All right. There we go.
Fun,
good. Yeah.
Thank you again, Andy.
Thank you, Comic Man Andy. Hollywood Comic Man Andy. If you see him, he's great to get along with too. There are some great dudes too, by the way, that were at that con. There's one guy with the book signing thing. That was such a cool idea from Basement Boys Collectibles or whatever. Make sure you're checking out Andy's shows and his IG. Cool. And we'll have him around.
Go check him out on the IG. If you're not subbed, go sub up.
Very easy to remember. Andy. So yeah, give him a thumbs up. Cool dude. All right, Pete.
We'll see you guys next week.
Please take us out.